And we're rolling.
Okay. Today, we are doing a subscriber hangout as well as giving some YouTube channel tips, looking at channels and all of that good stuff, and we're starting right now. What is going on? My name is Nick. Welcome to another video. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to grow your channel, make videos, and all types of other YouTube-related stuff, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. Okay, with that out of the way, today I am joined by my brother from the same brother.
What?
Wait.
Whoa,
that was like a meta thing. I'm not even sure what happened there,
right.
but
it just
Nimmin.
got weird up in here. So in case you don't know, in the Nimmin family, it's the brothers who give birth to other brothers.
Yeah, it's just how it works. It's how we're genetically programmed.
Right. The brothers giving birth to brothers.
Yeah.
That's so twisted. We're going to, okay, demonetize. We're out of here.
Yep, that's it right there.
And thanks for hanging out. It was a great show. Enjoy your YouTube channel while you still have it.
Right. So we just got back from the States. We had the opportunity, the pleasure to check out VidCon and go hang out with some other awesome creators over at VidCon there in Anaheim, California. It was a great time. Did you have a good time?
Okay, so this was my first YouTube event.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And man, I was completely just blown away.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect going in. I mean, I know you were pretty fired up when you came back from Vid Summit and you were like, oh, the community's so great and you got to meet everybody. But here's the takeaway that I'm bringing from all of this. To actually meet face to face all these creators and to witness how they think.
Yeah.
Right? To sit down and to listen to the conversations that are happening between creators of all sizes.
Yeah.
Right? And just the mindset, getting involved and being part of that conversation, dude, it expanded my mind and I came back more fired up than ever to work on projects here in YouTube.
That's awesome to hear, man. That's awesome to hear. The same exact thing happened to me, like you were just mentioning at Vid Summit. It was awesome to go, and the same exact thing where you get to hang out with the other creators, see how they think, and the funny thing about how they think is it's like the mindset, and it's also you get a little bit of insight into the processes. Right. Into the processes of like how people think about things, how people think about what it is they're doing, and the little things that they might do to make sure they're staying on top of things or to make things better or whatever that happens to be. It's awesome.
Right. So, most of you, I mean, like me, you create at home or you create in if you do have a studio or something like that, but you only know how you do it or maybe a friend does it.
Yeah.
But to get a chance, especially the really successful YouTubers. Yeah. Like, I was just blown away when you were doing the shoot with video influencers. Yeah, with Sean and Benji.
Yeah, Sean's laser focused.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
laser. He's like a laser beam.
Right. Yeah. Like I've never seen. I mean, he was just nitpicking over like single words for like a title, nitpicking over single words for how to present, how to start the video. Yeah. And I was like, man, but that's why they're
that's why they're operating at a high level.
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
But to be witness to that. And to see what they're doing and how they're doing it, just mind twist.
Yeah, totally agree. Totally on board with that. Real quick, I'm going to jump into the chat, say what is going on to some folks. Danielle from Cutting the Caboose, also from Creator Answers, dropping a 50 spot saying Vid Summit fun. See you there. So looking forward to seeing you again. It was awesome to meet you, Danielle. Just want to go ahead and say that.
Yeah,
Danielle,
that
Jason
was great.
Also was hanging out at VidCon. Nice to meet you.
Hey,
doing it with Jason
here?
as well. Yeah, doing it with Jason right there.
Jason, what's up, dude? I just saw your pallet spinner. Did you see that?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, he made a fidget spinner out of a giant wood pallet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Doug Hoosen in the house as always. Nice to see you, Doug. Doug's saying that he's rusty. Yeah, we're a little bit rusty as well there, Doug. It's just kind of how we're rolling today. Yeah. Casey Carr saying, can I have a channel review? We're not to that portion of the show yet. And I want to let everybody know we're also going to be limiting this show, I think. I mean, I say this all the time and it never happens, but we're going to see what happens today. But we're also going to be limiting the show to a hard stop at about 3 hours. So no matter what happens, as long as I can stick to my guns there, then 8, 9, 10, 11. So here in about 3 hours, we're going to be doing a hard stop on the show. My girlfriend is actually leaving town tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Her brother's getting married.
Oh,
yeah. So
sorry, dude.
Yeah. So she's going to their family event or whatever. She's leaving town, so I'm going to spend some time with her tonight after the stream before she heads out of there tomorrow.
That's cool. And also, I want to say a special shout out to Judy from the lobby. If you're watching,
Judy from the lobby, yes,
right?
Judy from the lobby. If you are watching, it was awesome having you on the stream that has now been unlisted.
Right.
The other day. So Judy from the lobby, keep going with your inspirational message and keep going what you do.
Yeah.
J3B Dig in Canada says, hey guys, it's been a while. Can I get a review? I think I'm doing something wrong. My views dropped by over 75%. Ouch.
Yeah, that's a good...
we'll definitely pull that one up. Let's see here. Outlaws Generation, could you review my channel, Nick? I won't miss this live, but I can watch later. Thanks. You are awesome. You are also awesome, Outlaws Generation. And let's see what else we got here in the queue. Patty, what is going on? Nice to see you in here.
Hey,
I've been working hard, ready for a fresh review. Pronounced bearda. Bearda. The instrument.
Bearda.
Let's see here. One question though: should I separate my array channel vids from my music vids? Seems to be confusing up my thumbnails. Love you guys. Okay, so to answer your question really quick, and I will also get you open in the queue here. Which we'll jump into shortly, just because we're limited on time today.
That's what you're saying. But
yeah, I know. You know the reality of what's going. You know what's going to go down here. It's going to be like 6 hours probably, and then it's going to be like, oh, hey, what happened to 3?
And we're going to leave out of here like zombies.
I know. So in terms of should you separate the chat from your music videos, so. If your community is about that instrument, then no. But if you're pulling people in and the main focus of your channel is teaching them things about that instrument, then in that case, yes. But if you're trying to build an entire community of people that also love that instrument, I would keep them in there. I'd keep them together in that situation because you're still operating under the umbrella, so to speak, of that instrument and the people that are interested in that instrument. So when you're talking and you're doing your chats and you're talking about that instrument, then it would still fall under that same umbrella, so to speak. So I'd keep it. D, what would you do?
I'd keep it too.
All right, there you go.
If it's under that umbrella, like you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, if it's related. What's up, Brioni Faith? Yeah. Nice to see you in here as well.
Yeah, knock it off with the sub for sub people. That ain't gonna fly tonight.
It's not gonna fly tonight.
Not on my watch.
Venom Twister. Is it taking time? But my channel is growing thanks to the tips of Nick. Great to hear. Great to hear that feedback.
Yeah, right
I also want to let you know that this show is actually brought to you by the kind folks at TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is the #1 browser plugin for content creators. If you have not installed TubeBuddy yet, you're doing yourself a disservice, and you need to do that now. You can install it free at tubebuddy.com/Nimmin. See what TubeBuddy can do for you, and then if you want to upgrade later, go for it. I highly recommend it. I actually recommend that you go in and just pay for it now. Not because they're a sponsor of the show, but because it's an awesome tool that's going to help you grow your YouTube channel. I also want to say thanks to the TubeBuddy crew.
Special thanks to this TubeBuddy crew.
Yeah, special.
To Phil, to Jim, to Andrew K, to Aaron, to Ike.
Yes, but big thanks to
Tiffany, to everybody.
Yeah, everybody over there. Just a big thanks to you guys. It was awesome, getting the opportunity to hang out with the TubeBuddy crew while we were at VidCon. Just that whole thing was absolutely awesome for us, and thank you for that. We deeply appreciate it.
Apparently our upload is gone to crap. They're saying we're buffering.
Okay.
Yeah. Welcome to Thailand, ladies and gentlemen.
So Sergeant Shill says, welcome back, guys. Thank you. We appreciate the welcome back.
Yeah.
Do you have this in a window where you can check and see what's coming through? I see it buffering here on my end, but I'm still in the green. So let's see here. It's a problem that I upload both music and gaming videos on my channel, says Rare CIX. If you're uploading music videos and gaming videos, I personally would separate those into 2 different channels. The reason being, when you upload a music video, you want to make sure that the people that are into the music videos are the people that are seeing those new recommendations when you upload new content. Because if you upload a gaming video for the people that don't care about, or that only care about the music, then they're less likely to click on that, which can kind of hurt you long term overall. So personally, with that type of thing, because those are 2 totally different areas, I personally would separate them. But of course, do what you wish. Casey Carr says, can I have a channel review, please? Because didn't finish the sentence there. The Broken Needle says, yes, my channel is growing thanks to you guys sharing all of your information. Thank you for that feedback as well. Kerwin Stewart, it's not actually. Mitesh Shah says, love what you guys do. My channel got a bunch of subs recently, and I was thinking to the playlist tip alone. Oh, and it was thanks to the playlist tip alone.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's cool. So I just made a video, just in case you haven't watched it yet. I just published a video the other day about how to build a watch time trap. So as you know, watch time is extremely important here on YouTube, and that video, if you haven't watched it yet, I strongly encourage you after the stream is over that you go over and you watch that video, because basically it tells you all of the little details that you can do, all the little things that you can do to encourage people to watch more of your videos. So really cool video, and it can really help you stack up your watch time if you do it properly. So I recommend that you definitely head over and check that out. And Elizabeth in the house, what is going on? Saying that it started buffering. She clicked on the video again, basically reloading to Chromecast, and then it started up again. All right, yeah, it's probably our connection.
Can you replug your HDMI?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just getting a black screen from you.
Okay.
Yeah. Little
there we go. Little tech hang-ups.
Little tech glitch going on right here. That did not help.
So now the big question rolling in. Did we already talk about, says Savvy, did we already talk about, hey, Zaggy DK, what is going on, man? Nice to see you. Nice to see you in here. But asking, have we talked about IGTV yet?
Well, we're about to talk about it.
We're about to talk about IGTV.
I'm wrestling a gremlin down right here. And
the tech gremlin?
And then we're going to talk about it.
So with IGTV, I'm going to go ahead and just give my thoughts on, should I unplug it in? On IGTV.
Can you restart
the computer?
Yeah.
I'd prefer not to.
Okay, well then you're going.
If possible,
we're going without reviews today.
Okay, hold on. Let's see if it can pull it in with that one.
I'm just pulling.
Are you sure? Because there's a cable right here. You sure it's plugged in? Right here. Look at the red on the there. Is that coming into this?
No.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Okay.
That was for my phone.
Oh, okay. No, then I'll restart.
I'm just pulling a black screen in.
Okay. Yeah.
So IGTV.
Yeah. So yeah. Go ahead and I'll restart this.
So I'm going to talk about my thoughts about IGTV. First and foremost, I want to say that everybody who follows me knows that I absolutely cannot stand the fact that people shoot vertical portrait video.
Yeah.
That being said, the platform demands it. The platform is asking for it.
Yep.
And companies like Instagram and Facebook, they have enormous amounts of data where they can tell user habits from their viewers.
Yes.
And people are obviously flipping their phones up like this.
Yes.
So that's why they built the platform. The market demanded it, and there you go. Vertical video. So take your medicine and upload vertical videos.
Yeah, and the thing with IGTV, and I can't see the chat right now, so I'm blind to any chat coming in. I'll actually pull it up on my phone. But the thing with IGTV is it's another outlet, right? With everybody that's watching this, you're a content creator. And as a content creator, it's also important to think of yourself as not just a YouTube content creator. You are a content creator that is trying to build a brand or a following online, whatever and wherever that happens to be. So one thing that's important to consider is, because this is something new, a lot of people are like, oh, hey, if only I'd started YouTube 10 years ago, then I would have gotten into when, it was easier and blah, blah, blah. Well, now is 10 years ago for IGTV. So right now would be a fantastic time to go over there and start building your following there, as well as your YouTube channel and any other platform that you want to make sure that you're growing a following on. So basically, the way to look at it is it's just another asset. Well,
it's not just another asset, but come early next year, IGTV is going to be monetized. Mm-hmm. So it's just one place that creators can actually make money.
Yeah.
So, and here's another thing. If you're putting all of your eggs in the YouTube basket, like I currently am, but I'm going to get it out of that. And if you get demonetized, if your channel accidentally gets deleted, and that happens, you're screwed.
Yeah.
But if you've got another platform that you can be monetized on, man, you're stupid if you're not over there.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say that you're stupid, but I would say you're definitely creating a disadvantage for yourself.
I'm going to say you're stupid. I'm going to say stupid.
Yeah.
Put on your dunce cap.
Yeah.
Put on your dunce cap, cross your arms, and say, I'm not going to upload to IGTV.
Right.
And see how that works out for you.
Yeah. So it's definitely something. It's definitely something that you want to, that you make sure that you are taking advantage of. Because if you're not, you could be causing a disadvantage for yourself. I've got links to Dee's Instagram and my Instagram down in the description below. You can definitely go and follow us over there on Instagram. I uploaded my first IGTV video, I think a day or two ago.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and it's something that's completely different than what I normally do on my channel. So I encourage you to go over there and check that out. Now my computer's not restarting. That's hilarious.
Dunce cap.
So let's see here.
Hashtag dunce cap.
Let's see here. Vigard saying, okay, here we go on IGTV. Yes, there is a free trial for TubeBuddy, Curran Stewart. You can install that at tubebuddy.com/Nimmin. I never ask for reviews, always here to learn and execute the advice given. Tokyo Drew, that is extremely smart thing to do, because there's so much information, so many tips that get thrown out here, and really you can just, you can take those tips and you can apply them to your channel. I actually encourage everybody, anybody that's sticking around for the channel reviews and that portion of the show, I encourage you to open up your YouTube account, open up your Creator Studio in another window, another monitor if you have one, and follow along. When we're giving tips to people on the things that they can do to improve their channels, look at your channel and say, hey, he's going to tell me that my channel art needs to be clear about what it is that the type of content that I have, and what it is that I'm offering to my viewers. Do I have that? He's going to tell me that my thumbs need a uniform and consistent look for the sake of people identifying my brand and identifying me anywhere they see me on the platform. Do I have that? right? He's going to say that you need to make sure that you're using your playlist titles as actual titles instead of something that's just categorical. Am I doing that? He's going to say that you need to use your descriptions as your playlist. Am I doing that? Right? So just follow along. Doing.
Paul Peck says, is IGTV searchable in the search engine?
No. At this point in time, no.
It's just channels.
Yeah.
You can search channels.
Yeah. So that part is kind of weird. We were actually talking about that. I got it plugged in. I don't know if you can see it, but we were actually talking about that over dinner, just saying how weird that their search functions are. So in terms of discoverability on Instagram, it's kind of weird right now. So it's really easy to manipulate. So as an example, I typed in YouTuber to see what would come up there. And based on how people are structuring their channel names or their Instagram names is basically how you see the search. So it's super easy to manipulate right now, which is a bad thing, when it comes to discoverability.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're making content specifically for, and that's another thing. I personally believe if you're going to upload to IGTV, I mean, you're going to have to test it and see what works out, but I'm not a fan of repurposing your content. I'm going to create specifically for IGTV. I mean,
likewise.
You test it out and see what works for you. But I mean, if you are creating for IGTV specifically and people can't search for that content, that's kind of bad. Right?
Yes. Yeah. And with that also, there we go. And with
yeah, that feels nice.
And with that also, like in terms of repurposing the content, like it's think of it this way: if you're putting the same exact content on IGTV that you're putting onto your YouTube channel, and you want to grow your YouTube channel and you want people to follow you on YouTube, then what you're doing is you're basically making another place where they can get your content without having to watch it on YouTube. So in terms of, using it to get people to your channel, yes, you can definitely do that. But in terms of repurposing it and saying, okay, well, I'm going to put the same exact videos except in vertical format over on my IGTV, I recommend that you don't do that because then you're kind of hurting yourself. Now, with that said, you are meeting your audience wherever it is that they happen to be, which is cool. However, you might hurt what's actually happening to what it is that you're doing on
I'm just going to interrupt 1 second. Ron's Trains and Things is on his way to Puerto Rico.
Nice.
With his church to help rebuild there.
Nice.
So a big shout out to Ron's Trains and Things, man.
Ron.
That is a fantastic thing that you guys are doing. Mad respect for that. You guys be safe over there. Watch out for mosquitoes.
Yes. Definitely watch out for mosquitoes.
Watch out for the malaria and the dengue fever and all the other stuff that hangs out in those islands.
Yes.
But have a safe trip, brother.
Doug saying, please check the description for information regarding the channel grading process. You do not need to ask via the live chat. That is absolutely true. Thank you, Doug, for that.
I want to say something else about IGTV.
All right, let's hear it.
My brain just completely shut off.
Okay.
As soon as I said that.
Keep in mind, folks, we're still dealing with jet lag. So,
yeah, man, what was I going to say? I had it right there, and it was a good one.
Yeah, it'll come back. Mango Maggie says, hey, Nick, thank you for helping me with my channel. Before I found out about you, I was really struggling getting myself out there, but now I hit 2,000 yesterday. Thanks for the great tips. Mango Maggie, thank you for applying the tips, because that application of the tips is something that, that people really seem to be overlooking. Like there's tons of people that listen to the information, but they don't actually apply it. So the fact that you're applying it and you're getting results from it, high five and fist bump to you.
I remember what I was going to say.
All right. See, okay. I knew it would come back.
Yeah, I just had a sec. Guys, we are incredibly jet lagged still because we had to fly to the other side of the world. So somebody, I think it was Paul, mentioned again, that's why YouTube rules. So here's something that you should keep in mind, right? So this is how IGTV is starting. That doesn't mean that they're not going to morph into something else. It doesn't mean that next month you can't search.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't use that as an excuse to not be uploading.
Right. Don't use anything as an excuse to not be uploading right now because, again, it's a new platform. It's the Wild West.
Yeah, they're going to tweak that as they go.
Yeah.
Right? So, a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, who knows what it's going to develop into.
Right.
Right.
And with that said, like you might, like the way all of this stuff works, you might put up a video on YouTube and you're like, oh, you know what, people aren't responding to this, but then you put up another video on like a different type of video onto IGTV, and for whatever reason you just blow up on IGTV instead, and then you say, okay, well, people are responding to me here, so maybe it's better that I just focus my efforts on IGTV and make that my primary instead of YouTube.
Yeah.
So you're a content creator, so think of yourself that way.
Yeah, you don't know where you're going to find your audience.
Right. Right, we got some NIMMINATI hashtags in there. Eileen Smith, thank you for that. Nice to see you in the chat today. Tokyo Drew as well. Hybrid Helps saying some what's ups to homies. So let's see here. I applied it all.
Helps just got a new computer.
Oh, nice. Good job. Good job. Endeavoring Family saying, I applied it. It works if you work it, so work it because you're worth it. Oh, I love that.
Crypto Cruising, IGTV is available on desktop as well as mobile.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now, for uploading, I don't think you can view it yet on desktop, can you? I haven't even tried, but I know you can.
I haven't either.
I know you can upload your video from desktop, which is a fantastic feature.
Oh, big time. Yeah, like and also I think on desktop you can upload your thumb, but I don't think you can. And correct me if I'm wrong, if you've experienced this differently, but I don't think that you can actually upload a thumb if you upload the video through your mobile device, where on a desktop you can upload your thumb with it.
Okay.
So that's what I'm thinking. Dark Knight also giving the hashtag NIMMINATI.
Yeah, right.
Elise Lee, what is going on? Nice to see you in here as well.
So voices are clipping, especially D's. Man, what is going on with this?
Yeah, not sure. So I guess it's just coming in a little hot. Hot. Paul Peck saying that he's got 3 videos on IGTV so far. That is fantastic. Doug Houston also dropping the NIMMINATI hashtag. Let's see here, IGT on desktop and mobile. Got that. Yeah, so let's get some YouTube questions going in here, and then we're going to do that just for a little bit, and then we're going to jump right into looking at channels. Since we are limited on time today, I want to make sure that I get everybody in there.
I just want to mention that I ran into Ken and Kale. 2 people who came into our chat, and I do apologize. I don't remember the name of your dog school, but they run a dog school channel. And Ken said that he's always on the treadmill when he's watching our channel, right?
Oh, nice.
So I said, yeah, I'm going to feel guilty when I eat M&Ms and you're on the treadmill, right? So yeah, here we go, Ken. Yeah,
enjoy that treadmill.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to dig into some M&Ms while you are sweating it out and being disciplined on a treadmill. So. Just wanted to let you know that here I'm thinking about you.
Let's see here. Sergeant Still says it's important to stress the importance of backing up your channel and linking wherever possible and applicable, isn't it? Absolutely, it is. Very important to back up everything it is that you're doing. The editor says, question for D. Is there any Android video editing app which blurs your face? D, take it away.
I have not come across anything that blurs your face, like specifically your face. I mean, you might be able to find something that does like an emoji add-on. But something that just blurs your face specifically, haven't come across it yet. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
There's an app called I think it's called Censor or Censored. That one might do it. I would look into that. I know that it'll let you put black bars over eyes,
right.
or black bars over things, but I'm not sure if it'll let you actually blur it.
Right. Yeah, right. I haven't personally, but I think I haven't looked for it either.
Okay, let's see here. Reverse Man 63 says, hey, Nick, can you help get more subscribers and tips to get them? Absolutely. So here's a breakdown. One, you want to make sure that at the very foundational, like at the core of it all, you want to make sure that the content that you're putting out is good. Not just good because you think it's good, but your analytics are also telling you it's good based on how people are responding to it. That's number 1. Number 2 is make sure that you also have really good thumbnails so that you can pull people in, because if you're not getting views, it's going to be hard to get subscribers if you're not getting views, right? And then from there, try to add value of some kind. The more value that you can add to people, the better your view to subscriber ratio is going to go. And that value can be anything. It can be entertainment. It can be teaching people stuff. It can be inspiring people or anything like that. It can be making people laugh, whatever it happens to be, but some type of value to other people. And at the end of the day, best practices on YouTube are extremely important. Learning to rank your videos in search is extremely important. Making sure that your content is solid based on your audience retention reports, and making sure that you are making thumbnails that are generating clicks. They don't even have to look that great. They just have to convert people. Like when people are seeing your thumbnails around YouTube, they just have to generate those clicks, right? They don't even have to look great. You don't have to be an artist in order to make them. They just have to be effective.
So Eyesight Build says you can blur your face on YouTube after you upload. I didn't know that. Did you?
In their editor? Yeah, I don't know if that's still there or not. Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah, I knew they had that at one time, but I thought they took that out. But yeah, awesome if that's still in there.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Thank you.
Gord Eisman, what is going on, man? Nice to see you. Nice to see you in here. Lily Tree, you as well. Congratulations on the milestone that you just passed, by the way.
Yep.
And Cricket, also nice to see you in here.
Yeah, guys, we are not asking for sub in this chat. That is not what we're about. You are not going to get sub. No, listen, if anybody asks for sub, don't anybody subscribe to them.
Yes.
Ever.
Yes. Yeah, and if you're not familiar, like let's say that you're new on YouTube and you're using that as like a tactic to try to get people to to come to your channel or whatever, and you're new, just as a heads up, it's important for you to know that one, as you can tell right here, people don't respond to that in a positive way. Two, it's also important that you understand that by going around and telling people, hey, sub for sub, doing that in the video comments, doing that in live chats, that can actually get your channel banned because you're spamming. And you're actually going against the community guidelines when you do that. So just as a heads up to you, that's the worst way that you can try to grow your YouTube channel.
Real quick, Chris says, how do you find your niche? How do you find your niche when you don't have one? Can I copy that?
Sure.
Can I copy that? Can I answer that? Man, I'm
tired. Copy. Now, you were just way ahead of yourself. That's all it was. Yeah.
Right.
Copy that. Go for it.
Copy that. Yeah. Find something that you're passionate about. Like, think about what actually drives you to create. Like, that's your niche. Like, that's your thing.
Yeah.
If you're into like cooking, man, cook.
Yeah.
If you like making dolls, make dolls.
Yeah.
If you want to review tech gear. Like, whatever you're just like turned on about.
Yeah. If you like cooking dolls, cook dolls.
If you like cooking dolls.
Right.
Yeah.
Like whatever it happens to be. I don't know how many cooking dolls channels there are, but that might be your thing.
No, but if you want to watch like Barbies melt in a skillet.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
ASMR style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you get like all these microphones hooked around it to where you just hear the sizzle. You
and
hear
just
melting.
Watch her like burn.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
So one thing with that, and the one reason that he's telling you to make sure that that it's important niche,
niche, whatever.
Niche. Yeah. It depends on where you're from. But the reason that he's telling you to make sure that it's something that you're into is because when it comes to YouTube, you're going to make a lot of content and you're going to put in a lot of time and a lot of effort. So if you're not doing something that you enjoy, you're going to stop doing it. You're going to burn out and you're not going to want to do it anymore because it's not something that you are into. So make sure whatever it is that you decide to do, that it's something that you're into. Now, there's other things as well in terms of making sure, depending on what you're trying to do, what your actual goal is for your YouTube channel. Like if you're trying to make money, for example, then of course you want to also research and see how other people in that particular niche that you might be going into based on the things that you like to do. You want to look and see how they are making money from their channels. What type of things are they having to build, or what type of things do they have to have in place in order to make money from their channels that are doing that same type of thing, and so on. So there's a bunch of different breakdowns that you can do in terms of how to identify like the right niche based on what it is that you're trying to accomplish. But first you need to know what it is that you're trying to accomplish before you can, fine tune that side of things.
We just got an airplane movie reference. Watch your Victor.
Nice.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Nice.
We need to pull it. Yeah, we need to watch that again.
We do.
They don't make movies.
Do they have
like,
that on Netflix?
I don't know, but they don't make movies like that anymore.
They don't.
Right?
Yeah, it was glorious.
Airplane. Excuse me, I speak jive.
Yeah, right. Elise Lee saying, how do you feel about IGTV? Yeah, we just talked about that a few minutes ago, and I think, like, I'm not a fan of vertical video. I mean, let's just, I'll just say, I'll just call it what it is. I do not like that part of it, but it doesn't matter what I like in terms of, like if there's an audience there, which there definitely is a humongous audience on Instagram, and I can tap into that audience, then by all means, I'm going to be making vertical videos. I've already made one, actually, my first one. But I'm going to be making.
And it's really good.
Thank you. But I'm going to be making vertical videos over there for sure because that's what the platform requires, and they have a humongous audience over there. And there's a lot of hype around it right now. And since there's a lot of hype around it, then I think as content creators, we're crazy or stupid, as Dee would say, to not make content to put over there.
Dunce cap. Actually, the video that
Hashtag dunce cap.
The video that I'm putting up tomorrow night is about IGTV. Okay. I'm going to totally cover IGTV, what I think about it, what you need to be doing if you're going to be on it. Pros, cons, all that stuff. So
with that said, I'm actually going to drop it like it's hot,
guys. And I do apologize. I'm eating M&Ms here while I'm talking to you, but I need the sugar.
Right. That's okay.
Yep, sugar.
That bother me any. So I'm going to drop a for when D actually puts that out. I'm going to drop a link to his channel right here in the chat. So definitely head over and subscribe to D right now, so that he's actually doing a series on Instagram TV, or about Instagram TV, but he's putting the videos here on YouTube. So definitely head over there. So he's going to show you what is it that you're covering in that series actually.
I mean everything. I'm going to talk about what it is, what it isn't, why you need to be on it. Pros, cons, how to shoot for it, apps that can help you shoot for it.
Oh, nice.
How to edit on it, apps to help you edit for it.
Nice.
Basically, the one-stop shop for getting your content on IGTV. How to make thumbnails for it using your phone.
Nice.
Yeah, all of it.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff. All the stuff that you're going to need as a creator to get your content on Instagram.
Nice.
Or IGTV.
So another link that I'm putting in here, download free stock videos, is the project that D and I are working on about free stock videos. I'm going to put a link to that in here as well. So basically, we created a resource to where we are uploading content there. We're uploading video content, stock videos, and you can actually go and you can download those videos and you can use them in your content in any way that you would like. So just as a heads up, that is available. I just dropped a link to it in the chat. So you can head over there, make sure you subscribe, and check out some of the videos over there and download whatever you like. It's all free to use. And that is that.
So David asked, are we making separate content for IGTV, or are we going to repurpose YouTube content for IGTV?
Yeah, separate content. That's what I'm doing. I'm assuming, D, you're going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because basically it's a different platform. So because of that, you know, I'm a big fan of respecting the platform, and I think that by making dedicated content for IGTV, even though it's going to add to the workload, so to speak, I think that making dedicated content for that will yield the best results from it. Now, I'm not sure if that content is highly produced content or if that content is just staring into a phone and just talking. I'm not sure exactly what that means yet, but I'm starting with the produced stuff because I've wanted to do that anyway, and it's something I want to experiment with.
I'm starting with the more raw. I'm just grabbing my phone and I'm just like putting it out there.
Yeah, so you know, so he'll be experimenting with that. I'll be experimenting with the more produced stuff, and I'll be doing some staring my face into the camera side, or into my phone side as well, just to see what people respond to best. But yeah, absolutely, it's going to be a totally different thing than what is actually happening on the YouTube channel.
IGTV has analytics, so you can actually
like instant analytics.
They're instant analytics. You don't have to wait for 2 days like you do on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you can actually go in and look at your watch times. You can see where people are falling off in your videos. Man, that's spectacular.
It really is.
So that's going to let you know right out of the gate, are your videos working?
Right.
Right, because you're going to see that dip. Okay, that's not working.
Yeah.
Won't do that again.
Channel name is Tom Gillard, but my banner says Tom's Take because it's my take on movies. Should I change my channel name to Tom's Take for consistency? I would. If that's basically, think of it like this way, Tom. Think of it in terms of, okay, if I'm going to build this into something that's recognizable to where people are going to be like talking about it and so on, then name it, the actual name of the channel, like whatever you want that to be. So if you want that to be Tom's Take, then absolutely, because here's what's going to happen. You are going to get known by your channel name. So when you go to events like VidCon, when you go to events like VidSummit and Video Marketing World, you're going to have people say, oh, that's that guy from Tom's Tank.
Right.
Tom's Take. Right?
Tom's Tank.
Yeah, so Tom's Take. Ooh, that's almost a tongue twister. So so what you're doing right now is you're creating that little bit of separation to where you're giving them two names to work with, to where you'll kind of fine-tune everything if you can just pick one name and roll with that. Let's see here. Regard says, I'm really struggling with low retention time on my tutorials, around 30%, mostly 50%. Got any tips to get those numbers up? People also skip and leave after the point is shown. So if people are leaving after the point is shown, Vigard, one thing that I would recommend that you do is just drop it. Drop it like it's hot. So right after that point is shown, go ahead and drop your end card. Drop your end card and then do any closing calls to action right there in your end card, so that as soon, like those parts where you're like, okay, and that's how you do XYZ, instead of saying that's how you do XYZ, just close it out. So you have the actual tutorial rolling, and then you just drop your end screen on them, and then your call to action to subscribe. In terms of bringing the retention up overall, in terms of 30 to 50%, 50% actually isn't that bad. 30%, I would definitely work on that to get it up to 50 or above. But 50% isn't that bad. But in terms of things that you can do, I would experiment with, I'm not sure what you're actually making the tutorials with, but I would experiment with like zooming in and out from time to time and that sort of thing to try to keep it all moving a little bit. Let's see here. As I scroll down the page, let's see here. Octurius, they're both good. They're both good. I mean, I would put them both in. I'd put them both in.
Nometry Echo says, are there any tips on some more editing video apps? Oh boy. Yes, there are some new video apps coming out, specifically one by Adobe called Adobe Project Rush. And we're both on the waiting list to beta test that. Mm-hmm. And as soon as that's live, we're going to have tutorials on how to do it on how to use it on your desktop and on your mobile. Adobe Project Rush. It's supposedly Adobe. They took Final Cut Pro, they took Premiere, and they made them into a simplified mobile editor.
Nice.
And it's on desktop.
Nice.
So this is going to be an absolute game changer.
Nice.
Yeah. And of course, there's also KineMaster and LumaFusion and Power Director. And there's another one that's coming out that I heard the name, but I can't. It's something all right. All Light or something like that.
Yeah, no, sure.
Yeah, there's another one coming out.
You're the app guy, not me.
Yeah. I've got so many apps swimming around in my head right now. Yeah, but there's another one coming out. I am going to do a tutorial on it. It's pretty dope too.
So Patty says that she's going to start taking, she's going to start creating take a moment and chill content for IGTV. Totally different than YouTube Music. Hoping people will listen and regroup their day by listening to a few soothing moments of music. I think that's extremely smart, and I think that will also get you some more exposure to your YouTube channel. The cool thing about that, in my opinion, is like right now, like I haven't seen. I'm still, like everybody else, I'm still trying to learn how to use IGTV. But I haven't seen like playlists in there or anything like that where you can just hit it go and just kind of sit back and listen. Because like in a situation like Patty's where she's, like if she's playing music for that, how awesome would that be to where she basically makes essentially a music channel to where you can just click on it, sit back in a playlist, and then you just have your headphones in and then you're just listening to it streamed through IGTV. That'd be fantastic. But I haven't noticed that functionality yet on IGTV. Not saying it's not there. I just haven't noticed it yet. Anyway, of fast uploading, asks is Maker. Yes. And a good way to fast upload is to make smaller video files. One way that you can do that is once you render out your video footage, you can run it through a piece of free software called Handbrake. And Handbrake will actually compress the file without much noticeable difference, and it'll make a considerably smaller file for you so that you can upload it faster for you.
And that is free.
Yeah, it's free.
Dirty Fingers in the house. What's up,
What's up, Dirty Fingers? Dan Vask says, regarding not repurposing YouTube content for IGTV, what if your YouTube content already takes 100% of your time? Is it better to repurpose it or not go to the platform at all? In that case, it's your call. With everything, it comes down to like, what is it that you're trying to do? What is it you're trying to accomplish? Like, if you're just trying to throw content all over the place, then in that case, if it's like, okay, my time, I'm just completely maxed out. I'm maxed out too, trust me. So if it's like, okay, my time is completely maxed out, so I'm just going to repurpose my content and I'm just going to put it on Instagram, then do that. Right, so that you can be there instead of neglecting it. But I would still recommend that you make some custom stuff. Maybe not all the time. Maybe you repurpose your YouTube content, but then you also throw in some additional content, or maybe you don't throw all of your YouTube content there. And the reason for that is because let's say that somebody just likes watching it. It's easier for them to just watch it on Instagram. Then you're going to hurt your ad revenue over on YouTube, or you're going to hurt any other opportunities that you have for yourself over on YouTube. So because of that, I personally would recommend that you don't repurpose it. But if you're going to, then yeah, just go for it. But I would do it selectively and not put everything over there on IGTV if you're trying to grow your YouTube channel. But if you're like, hey, I'm just going to go all in on IGTV, then go ahead and just throw everything over there as well and see what the audience responds to most. Because at the end of the day, it's just getting your stuff in front of people. Right?
I want to add to that and say that IGTV is brand new, so the jury's still out.
Yeah.
I agree with every single word that he just said. But come 6 months from now, it might turn out that repurposing our content's fine. Right. But we don't know. It's a brand new platform. Yeah. I'm not personally going to do it.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Right.
Common sense says it might not be a good idea.
Yeah.
But that's, you know what? Your particular audience, though, I would test it for your audience. Like, it might work for you, but it might not work for Nick.
Right.
For example. So, yeah, test it and see.
Our videos, we own says, are videos without commentary really effective? Yeah, they can be. Music videos don't have commentary, and they're the biggest. They're some of the biggest videos on the platform.
Like my twerking video.
So yeah, your twerking video. I mean, that's huge.
1 million views already.
Yeah. That's an awesome video. Let's see here. Hybrid helps. Wallbreaker. You can use TubeBuddy for tags and check which tag. Okay, we've got that one. I'm planning on another web series for my channel, but I'm already doing one. Is this okay? Absolutely, it is. Solar TV. Thank you guys for all you do. I've learned so much over the last few months from both of you. It's cray cray. That is cool. Stephen J. Show. Let's see what else we've got here in the comments. Let's get your YouTube questions coming in. Dan Vask, my pleasure. I'm glad that was helpful for you. What were we gonna say, D?
I was just gonna laugh. So my girlfriend just sends me a message, right?
Yeah.
So my girlfriend's at the mall,
Mm-hmm.
and she went shopping. She went down to the Remping and she bought a bunch of groceries, right? So she calls. So you have an Uber in your part of the world, but over here in Asia, we have Uber in some parts, but we also have Grab Taxi, which actually I think they bought Uber Asia, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they worked out some deal. I'm not sure what's going on.
So anyway, she calls the driver. She just sent me a message. She's furious. And so she calls the driver, and the driver like drives past her at the mall. She's got all these bags, and she passes her up and drives kind of too far. So my girlfriend calls her and says, hey, you know, you just passed me, and the driver says walk and just drove away.
Walk. That's awesome. Yeah. High five to them though.
Walk home. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's so
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Car Galaxy Studios in the house.
Babe.
What is going on, man? Nice to see you in here. Thanks for the welcome back.
She meant like walk home, not like walk to the taxi.
Yeah, like we just don't get in the car.
Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
Rude, man.
It is. That's
so
funny
rude.
though. It's funny.
Yeah.
Cafe Fit, what is going on? Yeah, it has been a while. You know, we had Vid Summit, so we actually streamed a few days ago when we were in the hotel. And shout out again to Judy from the lobby.
Judy from the lobby, how you doing?
But we did stream actually from the hotel, but I unlisted that video from the channel because it was kind of crazy, cray.
Yeah, and I did my live stream. I popped my live stream cherry at VidCon. That was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So he streamed for the first time at VidCon, which is fantastic. You actually streamed with Professor Nez.
It was funny. So I'm getting I filled everything out. I'm getting ready to hit like stream, right? Like go live, whatever it says.
Yeah.
My finger was literally like an inch from the phone, and I hear Nimmin, and then it was Professor Nez. So we like ran around and you know did that thing.
Nice. Yeah, it was nice seeing him. So here's something.
I deleted it though.
So here's something.
Music playing.
Okay, real quick. Sergeant Shill says, what are your recommendations for backing up channel content? Of course, I would start dumping stuff onto hard drives, external hard drives. If you can afford it, then set up, get like a RAID setup to where you can actually, there's boxes that you can buy that have multiple hard drives in them, so that if like one drive fails, then then it goes to the other one and so on. So I'd recommend doing that if you can. But if not, then just start grabbing small external hard drives and then just backing up there, and then buy 2 at a time, so that you have one, and then you just back it up to the other one, so you always have 2. But yeah, so here's something that we did at VidCon that was awesome. So
Nez Nation, that's right.
They had this VR thing, right?
Oh my god.
So they had this VR thing to where,
oh my god,
to where you put on the VR glasses. It was Oculus Rift or whatever it's called, and you put on the glasses, and they had a plank. They had literally had a piece of wood on the ground, right? So basically, the game starts, and you have these glasses on, and you're standing in an elevator.
You go up the elevator first.
Yeah, you go up the elevator. Was like 50 floors or something like that.
You have to press the button.
Yeah, you press the button with your hand controls, and then you press it to go up, and then you go up to like the 50th floor, and the door opens. When the door opens, you have one option, and that option is to stay in the elevator or to actually walk out on this plank. And
that's
what's cool,
2 options.
And what's cool is when you start to walk out on the plank, the person that is there for the game, they actually kind of hold your arm and they help guide you to the plank, and then your foot, right? Because your glasses are covering your face, so you can't literally look down in the real world and see what's going on. So you feel it. You feel that plank, and you step out onto the plank, and you're looking around in this like virtual world.
And you're like 50 floors up.
Yeah.
Nothing but a straight drop, like a diving board, essentially.
Yes, and it's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying.
It was the most realistic thing I've ever experienced, and it wasn't real. And you're standing right on the floor. Like on the showroom floor, and you know that.
Yeah.
So he walked out about halfway.
Yeah.
I couldn't walk out
3/4. I got 3/4 out.
I couldn't walk. I couldn't even go out like 1 step. I was terrified. And Professor Nez went out about halfway.
Yeah, and the thing is with this is you go out, it's not real, right? You go out and you're like, okay, this is not real. I can do this. And the thing is like you get to the end of this, and then if you have the courage, you can actually jump off and you free fall. But in the real world, obviously, you just step onto the floor. So I'm walking out on this plank, right? And it's kind of like this right here. And I'm walking out on the plank, and I'm even taking my foot. And the guy's like, hey, do you want to jump? Do you want to jump? And I'm sitting there, my brain's freaking out. My brain's saying, no, I do not want to jump. I want to stay on this.
I want to live.
I want to live.
Thinking, right.
And I'm trying to psych myself out. I even closed my eyes,
right.
and I still couldn't do it. But I closed my eyes and I couldn't do it. And I'm sitting there in my head going, this isn't real. This isn't real. I even took my foot, and I kept my heel on the plank, but I took my toe and I actually put it, and I could feel the floor with my foot.
And I still couldn't
step off of this plank because it was so real. It was incredible.
Absolutely
incredible.
Absolute like mind job.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're on a showroom floor. They're holding your hand and they're talking to you.
Yeah.
But you can't go on the plank. It's so realistic. It looks so real.
Yeah. Yeah. It's terrifying.
Yeah. Basically, your brain says this is real.
Yeah.
And I'm not walking out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now the best part is, so we have 3 grown men in a row, D, me, and Professor Nez, that barely can even walk out on this thing, and we definitely are not jumping. Right?
I couldn't leave the elevator.
Yeah, he couldn't leave the elevator.
I was terrified.
Yeah.
And in normal life, like I'm going. Right. But in VR world,
he took me skydiving. Right. Like that's how that works. Right.
Right.
And basically, 3 grown men in a row could not like barely even go out on this thing, let alone jump off of it. But then right after us, there was like a 8-year-old kid.
Yeah.
8-year-old kid comes out, walks right out on it, like no big deal, jumps right off, doesn't even think about it.
And when you jump, you actually plummet. Yeah, you actually fall. It's like you're really falling.
Yeah, and the
Professor Nez was on there, and he was like, "I don't want to die."
Yeah.
He was like, "If I jump, will it feel like I'm falling?"
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Yep."
Yep, it absolutely will. Yeah. Super funny. And then after that kid, then another kid comes out, does the same thing, and then as they're falling, crosses his arms like this because he wanted to fall faster. Like a lunatic.
Right.
Yeah, it was really crazy.
Yeah. Hey, Sabby TV says I am streaming this from India.
Nice.
Hey, man, that's really cool. What city are you in right now? I saw on Instagram that he was going over to India.
Yeah, Cricket saying that we're babies. Yes. 3 grown babies.
You know what?
That's what we are.
I have done some unbelievably stupid stuff in my life.
Yeah.
But I would not walk out on that plank in a VR environment.
It's crazy.
I was embarrassed. I was ashamed of myself.
I was too. And you know what's funny is I watched him.
Ashamed of myself.
I watched him.
I was first.
Yeah, he was first, and I watched him, and I thought to myself, oh my gosh, what a wuss that he can't go out on this thing, and that he won't go off of there and jump. But then as soon as I got the thing on and the door opened, I go, oh my God.
Right.
And everything changed.
The elevator doors open, and it's like you were really, like you were standing like 50 or 60 floors up on a skyscraper.
Yeah.
On a plank.
Yeah. Scary.
Terrifying.
Yeah, scary. But awesome at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, Cricket saying that her 7-year-old loves VR. Yeah, then your 7-year-old probably would have just jumped right off of it and laughed at us on the way down. Just crazy.
Have a good time there, Sabby.
Bloomin' Swarden says that he got a new mic. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, right on.
that.
You got a new mic, too. You got the Shure S. What is it?
I'm not sure what the name of it is, but yeah, I got a new mic. Not this one, but the one that I have at home. It's a Shure whatever. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a good mic. I like it so far. Haven't streamed with it yet, but I will be on the 4th on the TubeBuddy channel. Yeah, the Endeavoring family says that we adapted to video games. Our kids were born into it, no fear.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. You know, there's definitely that understanding side of it, but I mean, it is what it is. A little kid was strong enough to do something that I couldn't do in a video game.
But the thing is, it wasn't like that was it was so real. I mean, they did such a good job.
AYP18, thank you.
They created like a real world. I mean, it looked real, and enough to where your brain says this is real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a mind job for me. I'm like, oh, I got this. I can put my glasses on and walk out there. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope, not out of that one. I backed out in shame.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Vigard saying the Shure SM7B, is that which one it is? Yeah,
Probably,
I think so.
Probably.
Yeah, I think so. But it's good. I like it. Yeah, Professor Nez, he even felt air. It seemed so real to him that he even felt wind.
Yeah, he said he felt wind. Yeah.
Let's see here. Who's Your Back says, just wanted you to know that you are the one who helped me jump into this crazy YouTube world. You are a true inspiration.
Awesome.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that a lot. Really appreciate feedback like that. It means a lot. Thank you.
Guys, if you are asking for sub or checking out your channel and all that other stuff, you are going to get silenced today.
Yep.
Ain't happening today. Just come in here.
Today is not your day.
Today is not your day. Just come in here and enjoy and just hang out. We're not here for like subbing and all that nonsense.
That's right.
And not happening.
Yeah, VR is really cool in today's graphics, without question. It is just awesome.
Yes.
Jonah Carico, thank you for the 99 cents there. We appreciate it.
Yeah, Lily Tree's such a wuss. You know what? I bet you, I would wager money that you would struggle walking out of the elevator.
Yeah, it's scary.
It is terrifying.
I thought the same thing. Like when I saw him, you know, and I saw other people backing out, I thought like, oh, come on, you know, like come on, this is a video game. Like, are you serious? Like, you're in my brain, I'm thinking like, come on, you're a grown man, you can't just walk out on this thing and like just step off of it.
I'm not afraid of heights.
Yeah,
I've jumped out of planes. I've bungee
hybrid
jumped.
Helps. Yes, you can.
I've rock climbed. I've rappelled down the sides of. I've done all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't scare me.
Yeah,
that terrified me.
Yeah,
terrified me.
Yeah,
like a little girl.
Brutal Game Speed saying hello in Armenia. Hey. I love my Armenian peeps. Let me see if
look at that.
Yeah, so nice to see you. I was actually in your country. I'm looking in your like related videos and stuff, seeing if I actually got to meet you or not. But yeah, I was actually in your country last month, I think that it was, and I absolutely love your country. Awesome country, and some of the people I was hanging out with there actually came to VidCon as well, which is awesome. All right. Check It Media says, Nick, tell D that I like his channel more and more.
Hey, thank you. I saw that. Check It Media.
Manly Man TV says, Nick and D, what do you guys think about trying to rank for competitive keywords, even when using Morning Fame with 100% accuracy? Ooh. I would still, based on what it is that's going on with your channel and based on the competition in terms of who it is and what videos that you're trying to rank against, I would take all of that into account when you're deciding which videos to go after. So as an example, if you're going against a bunch of powerful channels, yes, there's a chance that you can get in if everything is perfect, if your click-through ratio on your thumbnails is through the roof, and if your audience retention on your video is through the roof, and you're getting tons of watch time per impression, then in that case, yes, you might be able to squeeze into those spots. But if you're not getting a huge push of views coming into your video when you actually upload that video and you make it public, if you're not getting a huge rush that can put you in that spot quickly, then it's probably going to take you a very long time to rank in that spot if you rank in it at all. So I would not go extremely competitive right out of the gate. However, I do recommend that just for the sake of testing what is going on with your channel, testing your abilities and all that good stuff, and just going for it from time to time, I do recommend doing Hail Marys. And basically what that is, if you know the football concept in terms of like, hey, I'm just chucking it out there, just going for it. And just from time to time, I wouldn't do it with every video, but from time to time, I would definitely throw a Hail Mary and try to see if you can slide into some stronger spots.
I just saw somebody come in there, and I'm going to answer their question. They said, oh, where did it go? It says something about their iPhone and slow-mo video.
Okay. iSpike, thank you.
Basically, they said there's slow-mo video that they're shooting in their iPhone. When they pull it into their computer, it's not the same quality. Here's something you can do. I'm fine. There's all kinds of problems with iPhone video once you pull it into a computer.
Yeah.
Go into your settings, then go into camera, then go into format, and you're going to see high efficiency or most compatible. You can try doing the opposite of whichever one it's set at to see if that's going to help. But basically, Apple is now using a new codec for their videos, and it can be kind of wonky if you're taking it out of the phone.
Wonky is the technical term.
Wonky is a technical term. Yeah, that's what Apple likes to lean on.
Yeah, they're like, it just works wonkily.
Wonkily.
Yeah.
Another thing you can do, you can use another program like Handbrake, which is free, or Camtasia, which is not free, but apparently Camtasia does a really good job of re-encoding the video once it comes out of your phone. Then when you open it up in your video editor, it should work fine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Tip.
Thank you, Apple.
The Movie Man
it just works.
Says, what happens when you just started this live stream on YouTube? Do you feel bored or there's people there? In this particular case, there are people here when I go live. There's already people waiting in the chat for when we go live, which is awesome. So thank you for that, by the way. But one thing that you want to think about, first off, the Movie Man, I actually have a series that I'm putting together with the kind folks over at Live U. And that is basically like a live streaming series to where it's going to actually talk about problems like this. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, if not, so that you can be notified when I put that video out to send people over to that series. But it's going to be a free thing that you can go through. But basically, one of those things is like what to do. One of the videos I'm going to be covering is what to do if you are just starting to live stream. Say you don't have a following yet, but you're waiting for those 1 or 2 people to come in, or those 5 or 10 people to come into your live stream. Like, what do you do in that situation? So what I recommend in your case, like let's say that you are doing that. Let's say you're going live, nobody's in there yet. One thing that I recommend that you do is that you live stream like it's a video. So instead of saying, like it starts and sitting there and waiting for people to come in and then starting, just start and actually make it like you're recording a live video. And the reason for that is, even though you might not get viewers in the actual live stream, or they might not be in there with you while you're live streaming, you're still opening yourself up for the actual replay. So there's still replay value, because what you don't want is you don't want your stream to start and you're just sitting there and you're saying things like, well, hey, there's nobody here yet. Once some people get in here, then we're going to get started. And then you start just sitting there. You're like looking at the TV, just kind of waiting for people to show up and all that stuff. You want to go in hard, go in just like you're making a video, and make it for the replay. Don't make it for live, make it for the replay. So you're live streaming so that you can use that content for the replay value, not for the real-time live value.
Yeah, and if you feel awkward talking, just pretend you're talking to a buddy.
Yeah.
You know, to keep it natural that way. Hey, need more subs. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Just a thank you to D for all the great mobile tips. Ninja transitions are great.
Nice.
Thank you, man. I really, really appreciate that.
They are. His transition video, if you haven't watched his transition video, it is awesome. Definitely head over and check out his channel.
It's simple. It's easy.
It is, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it looks so cool. Like, a link to these channels down in the description below. So head over there and check out his channel and check out that video. It is super cool, and it's easy. Like, it's awesome, but it's easy at the same time. You're working on
a part 2.
Boom.
Yeah.
Really, really cool stuff. Let's see here. Nourishing Parenting says, great tips for live streaming. I need to go more streams. Yeah, you know, hanging out live streams is cool. And another thing that I recommend that you do also, Nourishing Parenting, is if you are considering streaming yourself, or if you're streaming already, I recommend that you watch a lot of other live streams so you can see what it is that they're doing. As an example, in this live chat right now, if you're new here, do hashtag new. If you're new to the stream, if you're new to the channel, do hashtag new. Just so I can
hashtag new if you're new here.
Yeah, if you're new here, just so I can see, just so I can see who is in the chat right now that is new, that hasn't been here.
Daniel.
So maybe, if there's people here that are new, that I can explain what's going on with the live stream as an example. So like that tip is something that I actually got from Luria Petrucci at VidCon, where she's from the live streaming pros, Luria. And she gave that tip in terms of of finding out, hey, are new people watching, or is it just your regular crowd? Like, who is it that's in the chat? So if you are new here, then definitely do hashtag new, just so I can know.
Yeah, I'm Coffee. Welcome.
Okay, yeah, so we got some news coming in. We've got I'm Coffee, that's new. We've got Quillen Ink History. We've got Almond 100, COC Whale, Ice Spike. Wow,
welcome.
So we've got some new ones. So basically, for all the new people on the stream right now, basically what we're doing is we're just kind of chatting it up a little bit. Right now, we're answering some questions and things like that. Okay, yeah. So a lot of news coming in here. Yeah, fantastic.
In here.
Yeah, that's great. That's exciting.
That's why they don't laugh at my jokes.
Right. Right. But that's exciting, because what that tells me is, one, welcome to the stream. And two, that tells me that it's important for me to tell you what's going on here. So basically what we do in this part is we basically, this is where we're like asking or answering questions out of the chat. And then after that is finished.
2 buddies in the house coming in with the NIMMINATI.
In the house.
Welcome.
And then after we go through the chat and we're doing some interaction there, then what happens is we start pulling up channels. We start looking at channels. And basically when we pull up the channels, we start giving tips.
Look at all these new people
tons of new people. Basically we pull up channels, and then we start giving tips based on what is going on with the channel. And another thing, in terms of the value that it gives to us to let us know that you're new here, is that also tells us, hey, when we're sharing some of this information, maybe we need to be careful in terms of using, particular jargon or something like that. Maybe we need to make sure that everything is simplified for the new people that are in the audience that are not familiar with what is going on here yet. So yeah, for everybody that did the hashtag new, welcome to the stream.
Welcome. And, thank you.
Thank you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure that you click the subscribe button if you want to learn how to grow your channel, make videos, and all types of other YouTube related stuff.
Yeah, and I just want to say, if you are new, this is not the place to drop your sub for sub or subscribe to me. Please, I need subscribers. Everybody here is in the same boat. We're all here to help. Everybody in the chat is here to help.
Yeah.
So just hang out and learn and talk amongst yourself, but leave that sub for sub stuff out of here.
Yes. And also, just as a side note as well, TubeBuddy, for all the new people here that are in the chat, TubeBuddy is a browser plugin. They're actually the sponsor of this show, and they are a browser plugin. It's the #1 browser plugin for content creators. So if you are not using TubeBuddy, definitely check out tubebuddy.com/Nimmin. They have a free trial to where you can check it out, see what TubeBuddy can do for you, and then you can upgrade if you want. If not, that's cool too. You can still use the free version, but you can install it right here, and it'll help you basically manage your channel. It'll help you learn how to tag your videos. It'll help you learn the SEO around your videos and things like that.
Game Hunter says he's not motivated to make content. It says motivate him.
Well, it's up to you, buddy.
Yeah.
Like if you're not motivated to make content, then seriously, like you might want to do something else, or you might want to explore, okay, well, am I making the right type of content? So if you're saying I want to do YouTube, but I'm not motivated to make content, then in that case, you need to think, okay, well, I want to do YouTube, so there's a win, but I don't want to make this content, so that's a negative, right? So you think, Okay, well, if I want to do YouTube, in order to want to make content, what type of content can I make that I'm going to want to keep making? And then that's what you go for, right?
Right.
Because if you're not motivated, nobody can motivate you but yourself, right? Like you can get all fired up if you want for a day or for an hour or for 10 minutes because somebody tells you something or you see a cool quote on Instagram. But in the real world, like you're not going to stay motivated and you're not going to keep going if you don't find something internally that drives you.
Yeah, I totally agree. You have to find something. Look, if you want to like sit on your sofa and smoke weed all day, make a channel about that. Like if that's what inspires you to make it through the day. If you want to game, then game. But if you can't be motivated, then you're probably like doing the wrong content.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. Usually skip intros 4 seconds best. Let's see here. It would be cool to know how those new to the stream found you guys. Absolutely, it would. So if you're
really
new
cool,
to,
man. I like all those new guys.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. So if you were one of those new people, I would love to know that also. So thank you for that. I would like to know how you actually found the stream. Was it being suggested to you somewhere or what?
You always have people come in and say, "Hey, what's this stream about?"
Right.
Right. Like, why am I in here?
Self-publishing with Dale. What is going on, man? So proceed to checkout says, Nick, your most used catchphrase is to where you can. Interesting. The things people notice, right? So now I'm going to be self-conscious of saying that. Yeah, right. Love it. Ginger Star World, can we use YouTube music for IGTV? I'm assuming no. Is there any free music we can use for IGTV? The answer to that would be no, because that's used for YouTube. But you can still use places like, let's see here, what's the name of that one? Incompetech.
Yeah, it's Incompetech.
Incompetech, you're going to have to give attribution somewhere. I'm not sure where you would give that on IGTV. Maybe you would embed it in the video file or something. I would actually shoot Incompetech an email about that and figure out what their best practices are for that. But yeah, you can use Incompetech. Their music is okay. It's not amazing, but some of it, it'll get the job done for you.
So Game & Hunter says it's editing that is what takes the time to take away the motivation.
Okay, in that case, then have somebody edit your videos for you, or just don't edit your videos. Go live.
Yeah, go live, or just be a little bit more raw with your content.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you're putting too much time into editing. Maybe you're overthinking the process, and that's easy to do because everybody wants it to look as good as they can.
Right.
Maybe you need to loosen up a bit.
Yeah.
And by the way, I missed the name here because I can't scroll backwards, but we were asked if the TubeBuddy sign on the front here is a real sign, or if it's or if it's OBS magic.
It's a real sign.
That is a real sign.
And he's actually been assaulted by that sign.
The first day I brought the sign into the studio, I got in a fight with the guy. I got attacked out of the blue with this drunk guy in the elevator. And he actually grabbed the sign and hit me with it.
Yeah.
A couple times. So me and the sign, we go way back.
Way back.
We got a history.
Quill and Ink says that they found us via search, which is awesome.
Yeah, wow, that's
fantastic.
Cool. The most awesomest live stream on YouTube
was the search term,
and then it came
think
up.
So.
Yeah, Nimmin Live.
So.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Japs Tips says, I've been using the Star version of TubeBuddy, and it is awesome. Totally agree. It is awesome.
Yep.
Please check the description for information regarding the channel grading process. You do not need to ask via the live chat, says Doug Houston YT, and that is absolutely true. Let's see here.
Good Dad Zach, thank you. Sending love, growing slowly, but loving every second.
Thank you for that, Dad Zach.
Yeah, that's great.
Let's see here. Could you remind me? Ask Charlie. Let's see here. Sign assault. How to get to 1 million. I think that's 1 million, maybe 10 million subs. I'd have to do a 0 count on that. But start now. Start making content. Make awesome content. Upload all the time and fine-tune your craft and be patient. It's going to take you a while.
CJ Matt, how to live on an Android. I have a video about it. Go to my channel. I have a video that shows you specifically how to live stream on your phone. Doesn't matter if you're on an Android or an iPhone.
Yeah.
Should work the same. But you do have to, what was the new channels? You have, it takes 24 hours to verify, right?
For what?
For the first time you go live,
yeah,
you've got to actually verify your channel before you go live.
Yeah, you have to verify your channel before you go live.
And then it takes 24 hours for them to verify your channel.
Yes.
Yeah, sign assault is exactly what it was. Dirty Smith.
Yeah. Let's see here. Movie Man says, Nick, what is a moderator? A moderator is basically somebody. If you look in the chat right now, you're gonna see all these blue names, right? All those blue names with a little wrench next to them. Those are moderators, and basically those are people in the community that I trust to basically keep an eye on the chat. Because with us, what we're doing on this side of it, like we can't, keep an eye on everything that's happening in the chat. So what they do is they basically have the authority, so to speak, to delete comments. So if somebody comes in, they start saying saying bad things, any of the moderators can go in, they can remove that comment so that it doesn't pollute what's going on in the chat, and it keeps the chat nice and fun for everybody.
I just want to shout out
awesome mod team, by the way.
I just wanted to say cats because JP Squash said he will donate 25 if we say cats.
All right, cats.
Now here's the flip side of that. If he doesn't say cats, he gets banned.
Oh, that's funny. Let's see here. What do you use for screen recording, D?
DU recorder.
Okay. And for desktop, I use Camtasia, and that allows me to zoom in and out, which I think that might be what you're looking for, but it's called Camtasia, Camtasia. Let's see here.
I use DU recorder the most. That's the most reliable for me. But on my iPhone, I also have Record It, I have Capture, and I have Everrecord.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know which of those are available on Android, but those are the other ones that I play with here on my iPhone. But if you have iOS 11, the native screen recorder works too.
All right. Drew Christie says, will reposting a live stream on YouTube hurt future regular posts? Should I rebroadcast live streams? So if you're going to be going live, I wouldn't repost a live stream, but if you are like, I would just make it public. I wouldn't download it and then repost it as a video. I mean, you can, because, you know, doing it that way might give you a longer shelf life on the video, but it also comes down to how people are actually responding to that video. So if they were going to respond to it the same exact way they'd respond to your normal live stream, then what you're doing is you are just causing some extra work for yourself instead of just, you know, one, you're causing extra work for yourself. Two, you're also taking away the other features like the chat replay and things like that. So I would just keep it on live and just keep it public.
Thanks, Nick and the other guy. Sorry, I don't know your name.
This is D. This is D Nimmin. So for all the new people in the house,
yeah.
my name is Nick.
My name is D.
And we are brothers. We are the Nimmin brothers.
We are the Nimmin brothers.
And a link to D's channel. You're watching.
We are the fabulous flying NIMMINATI brothers.
Yes, that's what they used to call us in the circus. Yeah. But basically the channel that you're watching right now, this is my channel. D's channel is down in the description below. So definitely head over there, and links to subscribe to my channel are down below, and a link to go check out his channel and subscribe is down there as well, and a link to our free stock video resources also down there. So if you need stock videos, you can download them through that link in the description for free.
Add in JP Vlogs and Games. Hey D, what's better than DU Recorder or Mobizen? You know what? I haven't found one that's actually better.
Cricket.
I like DU Recorder. That's my favorite, but I know some phones don't like to play well with it.
Yeah.
You're just gonna have to. You know what, man? Just put them all in and see what works well with your phone.
Northworthy Sagas and Stories says, hi, Nick, are intro videos necessary? By intro videos, if you mean channel trailer, no, it's not necessary. But what it does is it can help you in terms of explaining to people what your channel is about, which is a good thing. Depending on what your channel trailer is going to be used for, then yes, it's extremely necessary. Like mine, for example, I have a video there that converts people into my email list at the highest rate of any other video on my channel. And because of that, I use that as my trailer video, and it just sends tons of people into my email list every day, which is great. Now, if you're not doing that and you're just trying to convert viewers into subscribers, then in that particular case, then you want to test a handful of trailer videos and see which ones of those generates the subscribers at the highest rate for you. If you're talking about intros in terms of an intro in your video, I would actually recommend that you don't use one of those unless you have to, because intros are not what people are coming to your channel for. They're coming to watch your content. They don't really care about all your branding and stuff like that. The only reason I use one is because I'm making content for video creators, and I want to communicate to video creators without having to say anything that they want to make videos that look similar to mine, because I know that a lot of content creators, they want to have intros and things like that, and they think, especially new content creators, they think that intros are a part of the secret sauce that makes everything look professional, right?
I do not use an intro, and I have no plans to use an intro.
And you shouldn't.
I think if you want to use look, a lot of people do. Like my favorite creator, one of my favorite creators is Peter McKinnon. He's got an awesome intro.
He does.
That works for him. I personally don't use one. If you do use it, go into your analytics and look at your audience retention and see if your audience likes your intro or not.
Yeah.
If you see a cliff where people are falling off when your intro plays, you know that it's not something you need to have in your video. Right.
And with intros also, like you can make them, like TV show, like if that's how you're trying to structure your stuff. But again, using the data at hand, going into your analytics, seeing how people are responding to it, and your audience retention reports is definitely something that you want to make sure that you are doing.
Yeah.
Stanley Orchard says that they are loving this info. That's good. Let's see here. JP Squashed later.
Hey, man. Have a good
D,
one.
what is your recommendation for an app that lets you develop your raw files?
Raw photos? Lightroom.
Okay.
If I'm dealing with raw photos, you can do Lightroom. If I'm, Lightroom.
Great question right here. Neometry Echo, I hope I'm saying that right. Neometry Echo says, hey, Nick, what kind of content, in your opinion, that can be classified as good content in a video? Okay. The reason this is a good question is because hopefully this is going to make you think of it differently. So when it comes to content on YouTube, what I think is good content is going to be different than what you think is good content. So what is the most important is your audience retention reports. If you go into your YouTube analytics, then what you're going to see is you're going to see something that says audience retention. So if you click on that, then you can actually search by video, or you can just click on, in the new studio beta, you can actually just click on the video, and then you can see your audience retention inside of that. But that's going to tell you what people en masse think about your content, right? So if people are watching your content for a considerable period of time, let's say like 50% or more, then that says, okay, well, this content's decent. If people are watching your content for like 90% of the video and it's like a 10-minute video, then that's like, hey, people are really digging this stuff, right? But if people are watching your 10-minute video for 30 seconds and they're leaving, then that tells you that en masse, people don't think that your content is that good. You might think it's awesome. Your friends might tell you it's awesome. Your family might think it's great.
It might look awesome.
It might look awesome, but for whatever reason, people just aren't responding to it. And because of that, it's important to make sure that you're using that data instead of using the opinions of people to make your content decisions. So again, you know, what I think is good content is totally different in some cases than what D thinks is good content.
Right.
And what you think is good content. If I asked everybody in the chat, what do you think is good content? We're going to get tons of different answers.
Right.
So relying on that data for the audience that you're trying to reach and the audience that your videos are getting shown to, that is what you want to lean on when it comes to making the decision and facing the hard facts on if your content is being well received or not.
Right. Dirty Smith says, good storytelling equals good content. Absolutely. In my opinion, it's your message and your story that matters. It trumps all, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree, and that's definitely a common consensus. But just because you can tell a good story, like if you tell it's an entire package. Like just having a good story doesn't necessarily foot the bill. Like if you're telling a good story, but you have the other elements that are missing, like it doesn't look good, it doesn't sound good, then you're gonna have a harder time with it, right? Like you can tell a great story, but that story itself isn't going to end up being the content. It's all of the pieces that you put together. So if you're a great storyteller and you can make videos that are a decent level of a video and you can make them sound good enough.
Yeah, I mean, you still have to edit. You've got to edit and make it all make sense. I don't mean you can just sit there and tell a story.
Sure.
Yeah, you still got to make it look good. But I mean, in terms of like people getting caught up on their gear, your message and your story trumps your gear.
Yes. Yeah. Sure. To an extent, for sure.
You know what? You give a phone to somebody like Casey Neistat, for example. If you're a good creator and you're good at telling story, I personally don't believe it doesn't matter what you tell it on.
But he also understands like
he's a good creator. He's a good creator.
He's a good creator also, and he understands like how to make a phone look good. Right, to where like if you don't have that understanding, but you have a good, but you can tell a story, then you're gonna miss that element.
You've got to frame it.
Yeah,
you need, right. Yeah, I mean, there's certain things that you just need to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a whole pie. It's a bunch of different elements that bring it all together.
A whole pie, a pumpkin pie.
At the core, good storytelling. Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
D, what's your favorite channel? Quillen Ink History wants to know.
My favorite YouTube channel? Oh man, probably Peter McKinnon and Jack Conte. Those are like my two favorite YouTube creators.
Yeah, I'm going to lean on Peter McKinnon right now. I change all the time. I really like SciShow as well. I actually fanned out on Hank Green at VidCon.
You did.
But I really like SciShow a lot. I also like Peter McKinnon, of course. But it changes a lot. I was huge on Mystery Guitar Man for a long time. I love watching the other creators in my space also in the YouTube help space. I love watching, Sean Cannell and Brian G. Johnson and Daryl and Roberto and Tim. Yeah, I love watching everybody in my space as well. well, just because I'm into this type of stuff. So because of that, I just like seeing not necessarily the info that they're sharing, which, you know, is valuable too, but I also like seeing how they're doing it, how, you know, like what words are they putting emphasis on, and just kind of studying how they do it. For me, you know, I just get into that for whatever reason. It's just how my brain works.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Doug Houston says, Cybertimes LLC, try shooting an email to Nick after the stream. Your comment will probably get overlooked in the busyness. Yeah, I'm not sure where that one was. I'm going to scroll up and see if I can find that here real quick, and it is gone. Okay. Oh, Cybertimes LLC says, I'd like to send you 20 donation via PayPal. Can you email me your PayPal address? Thank you for that. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'll shoot you an email, or you can shoot me an email either or through the email in the description. Let's see here. The Machine says, the impressions on my latest video dropped through the floor after the first day and a half. What happened? That means that YouTube is not serving your, if your impressions dropped, that means that YouTube is not serving you out as much, because basically what happens is an impression is basically where, like, if you're scrolling around YouTube, right, and let's say that you're on a desktop or you're on a phone, and it's scrolling like halfway. You see the thumbs halfway. That doesn't count as an impression yet. What counts as an impression is once that thumbnail is actually fully on the screen to where you can see the full thing. That counts as an impression. So if people are not clicking on your thumbnail compared to all of the other thumbnails around it, if you're, let's say, you're the least converting, you're one of the least converting thumbnails on the pages as they load all over the platform in real time, you know, like in right now as that stuff's being served out, then what's going to happen is your video is going to start getting demoted. So if your video starts getting demoted, then that's going to just annihilate your impressions, because what that's saying is that compared to all of the thumbnails that you're getting shown next to on the platform, yours is not converting as high as the other thumbnails and titles that you're being shown next to on the platform, and because of that, it's going to limit your exposure, so to speak. So the fix to that is to go into your YouTube Studio Beta and go and look in your click-through ratio for your CTR click-through ratio for those thumbnails and see what it is, and then see how you can test it, experiment with it. TubeBuddy actually has an A/B testing feature to where you can see how the audience is responding to it, but test your thumbnails and learn how to make thumbnails that generate clicks and make people want to click on them. In the YouTube Creator Academy, they have a course free on making thumbnails, and they give you some best practices in terms of things that people respond to. So I highly recommend that you start there in terms of just getting general insight into what makes an effective thumbnail, and then build off of it from there based on your own experiments on what your personal audience responds to. That was pretty long-winded. But let's see here. Can I set mods before I start a live stream? RPM Nexus, yes, you can. For that, you would go into your community settings, I think it is, inside of your Creator Studio. Go into your community settings, and then you will go into, let's see here. What is the thing on that? I'll tell you right here in a second. Hold on. Yeah, you'll go into your community settings, and then you go down to... actually, you click on the community tab, then you go down to community settings, and then inside of community settings, you're going to see moderators, and basically you just add their channel name there, and then you will be good to go. Good to go. Okay, let me click on that, get that open. Okay, so can I set mods? Yes, you can. All my content done using Android. That's good. How to be a YouTuber. Start making videos. Start learning how the platform works. Start learning how to interact with the community. Start learning how to, make stuff that people respond to. Wanda the Fam, thank you for the compliment to D and I, saying that Wanda is saying that she loves both of our channels and that she is subscribed to both of them. Let's see here. What can cause drastic view losses even though your subscriber count has not dropped? What can cause drastic view losses is things like, one, YouTube not promoting your content out. And this is for J3B Dig in Canada. So what can cause that is one, people are just not responding to your content as much, so YouTube is not putting it out as much. Another thing that can cause that is, let's say that a lot of your views are coming from the suggested features inside of YouTube.
Thanks, Wanda.
Then if they're coming from the suggested features inside of YouTube, that can come down to just a handful of videos that you're being suggested next to. And if you have a strong video there and you're pulling traffic from that video, if another thumbnail or another video comes in that is getting a higher click-through rate than yours, and you were, let's say, at the bottom of that list, and you drop off of the list, or you drop out of like a primo placement spot, then what's going to happen there is that's also going to negatively affect your views. Now, this can get kind of rippled through. So let's say that the video that you're connected to is all in terms of that you're pulling a lot of suggested traffic from. Let's say that that video was getting a sweet placement, and that one was siphoning a bunch of traffic off of another really powerful video. Well, what happens is, let's say that one ends up performing poorly next to that really powerful video, then that one's not getting as many views, which is also going to trickle down and affect you and your channel and the views that you're getting from that particular video. And then if you scale that over the course of, like 3 or 4 really good suggested spots, then it can make a really big difference on the view counts that you're getting on your channel. David Hart, Sarges Gaming, thank you, man. Thanks for all you do, Nick and D. I'm ready for another channel grade. I have almost 600 subscribers. Man, you're going quick. Wow. He was just crossing 500 the other day. Was it today we were talking about him? It was. At Starbucks, yeah. Mm-hmm. We were just talking about you today. Yeah. This is his retirement party stream. Nice. Wow, man. That's really cool. Congratulations. Yeah, we'll actually get into the channel stuff right here in a second. Yeah. Let's see here. How to make a channel famous. One, don't worry about making it famous yet. Worry about making content that people respond to, and then go from there. YouTube actually specifically says, instead of worrying about what the algorithm wants, worry about what your audience wants, and the algorithm will follow. So make stuff people respond to. You know what? I think a lot of people that are new to the platform have this expectation. Yeah. Even people that are not new, people that have been on the platform for years, still have that expectation. Yeah. Focus on being a better creator, making better content. Yeah. And give it time. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, unless you're one of those people who, really, like getting viral videos or getting a huge shootout from and demonetized. Shout out from like PewDiePie, for example. Yeah. So, unless you're one of those people, it's kind of like winning the lottery. If you think about it, those overnight successes like that, that's tough. It is. Most people, you've got to get in the trenches and grind it out. Yeah, basically everything has to perfectly line up. Yeah. In terms of like your click through rate and your thumbnails is high. That video is getting a lot of external traffic coming into it, so you're starting tons of sessions. Once they hit the video itself, you're also holding viewers for a long period of time. You're pushing them deeper into your channel or to other channels on the platform, and so on. Football fan 123, how's it going, man? What is up? What's up? What's up? The PewDiePie effect. Yeah. Let's see here. YouTube Creator Academy. Yep, that's the name of it. What can cause drastic view loss? Okay, we answered that one, so let me scroll down. When will I be famous, says Lily Tree. She was just joking with that one. Okay, I sent that email, says Cyber Times LLC. Very cool, thank you. Let's see here. Most people don't understand the PewDiePie success time frame is long over. Absolutely, and other things can happen too, like Sophie Pakura, right? So they watched the live stream, and I was talking to them with them at VidCon as an example. But like with them, they got 3 shout outs in a row from Shane Dawson, and they went over the course of, it was just like a week or a couple of weeks, they went from just a handful of subscribers to over like 400 and something thousand subscribers on their channel. That's crazy. From that series of shout outs because they. Let me rephrase this. Okay, so they got those shout outs from Shane, right? And their channel blew up because of it. But at the core of it, as in growth, it didn't actually explode. It didn't actually explode. But at the core of it, in order for something like that to happen, you have to be making good content that people respond to, right? Yes. So, like as an example, because she makes music content, and if she doesn't have or if she didn't have talent, or if they didn't have their channel set up in a way to where it could support, to where it would convert people in terms of, they had videos on their channel page where people could see more of their content and things like that without having to dig for it. Like if they didn't have their channel set up properly, and if they didn't have talent and they weren't doing everything the right way, then when that big blast of traffic came in, then they wouldn't have been able to capitalize on it as much. But at the core of it, though, it was her content, right? Because she's talented, she makes awesome music, and because of that, they were able to grab the attention of Shane, and that caused that surge to happen. It wasn't luck, it wasn't anything like that. It was that she, at the core of that experience, she was making awesome content, and that content grabbed the attention of a big YouTuber that was able to push that traffic her way.
Look at Sarah Dietschy.
Yeah, right. Same exact thing.
Right. Very, very talented. Gets one shout out. Boom.
Boom.
Yeah.
Right.
But you've got to be talented to begin with.
That's the thing.
That's
right?
the thing. Like those people deserve it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like they're seriously talented.
Let's see here. 3-2 is you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I need to dive into the analytics way more and really make those changes you recommend. Have to get to the real work. Absolutely. You know, and that's from real quick, Chris. Absolutely. Like making content is awesome, right? Like this whole being a content creator thing, it is just awesome. However,
Having said that,
right? There's the back end side of it that is also like you're saying, right? The you got to get to the real work in terms of like making the content is awesome and being in the community is awesome, but there's also the back end stuff in terms of hey, I got to make sure I'm keeping an eye on my analytics to make sure that people are responding to this stuff and and making all of those choices and making your content decisions based on all of that. There's that side of things that a lot of people overlook.
Brian G. Johnson in the house.
Is he in the house?
I hope you are feeling better, man.
He is. Brian G. Johnson, what is up, my man? Nice to see you in here. You have some awesome pictures on Facebook from your from the event that you're at right now. Looks like I saw somebody. I think her name was Debbie. I don't know the last name, but I think her name was Debbie. She posted like a behind the scenes thing of your presentation there, and you came in just like killing it right out of the gate. He like steps on stage and like right on
mic drop when he's finished.
Yeah, he's like it wasn't even like a hey guys, what's going on? I'm Brian G. Johnson. Like he just comes in and just starts like hammering them with like awesomeness. Yeah, it was good stuff.
Way to go.
Really good stuff. So yeah, nice to see you in the chat here, Brian G. Johnson. Brian G. Johnson is also the author of this book right here that we always have on the desk. I have a link to this down in the description below, but it is Tube Ritual Volume 1. And basically in this book, he teaches people how to go from 0 to 5,000 subscribers and beyond. And the beyond is because what he teaches in this book is the fundamental practices to really create a nice, strong core to your YouTube channel so that you can get that growth that you're after. But I strongly recommend this book. It is down in the description below. Let's see here. 3 to you says, how is one way to get shout outs? Don't ask for them. That's the best way to get shout outs is do not ask for them. Make awesome content. And if you make awesome content, that is going to drastically, it's not going to guarantee it, but it's going to drastically increase your chances of getting a shout out from some creators.
I don't know how you handle things on your channel.
Okay.
But on my channel, like if I don't already know you and you ask for a shout out, guess what? You're never, ever, ever, ever going to get.
Right.
Yeah, ever. Yeah, ever.
But what about no?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there's that.
Yeah, here's the thing. You want to get a shout out, seriously? Number one, be talented.
Yeah.
Create good content that the person you're trying to impress might notice. Number two, engage in the community that's built around that creator. So go into their comment section. Don't ever ask, hey, check out my channel. Don't ever ask for a shout out. Go there and be engaging. Become part of the conversation. Try to help people in the conversation. You know what I mean? Like, just be cool. Just like
that's it. Sum it up. Be
cool.
Just be cool. Just be cool.
Right.
Yeah. Just be cool. Make good content. Like in terms of like the talent side of things, right? Like it's easy to say, like be talented, but like if you're trying to develop those talents and things like that, you can still be a part of the community and you can still get shout outs that way just by being a part of the community. Because when you are participating in the different communities around YouTube, like in Facebook and all that stuff, what starts to happen is you start to become a familiar face. And when you're a familiar face, then just by being that familiar face, you're getting more attention coming your way because you're a familiar face, because you're in the community a lot. So like as an example, like I can run through the chat right here and I know a ton of people, like maybe not in person, but I know some of these I actually know in person, but I know a lot of people in the chat here, like on the internet, because they're in the community all the time. So, like there's cases to where, I've used
Midnight Madness 4x4.
Okay.
Right? The guy's never asked for a shout out.
Yeah.
He makes really cool truck content.
Yes.
But he's just always around. He's got an awesome channel name, and he's probably been mentioned more times on this channel
than anybody
else. He's just cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a clever name.
Yeah, he
came in with a clever name. Let's give him that too.
Right. Yeah. But it's cool. But but that's the thing. You just got to be cool. Like if you went out to a club, right, and you just met some people, you wouldn't just go up to that person, hey man, check me out, bro.
Right.
You wouldn't do that.
Right.
You would, hey man, you just conduct yourself like a normal
Maybe they
human
would.
being.
Maybe they would do that.
Maybe.
Yeah, and then they'd be that. It's the same response,
right?
Right. You come up and you're weird, in like a real social environment.
Hey, bro, check me out.
Yeah. Then it's kind of like, whoa, what's going on with this guy? Like everybody's over here talking, and you walk up like, yo, check me out, and then everybody's kind of like, what's going on with this dude?
Bro, check out my shoes.
Right. Then like all of a sudden you're like not that you're not that person that you were trying to be.
Right.
Yeah.
So don't ask for shout.
Right.
Too long didn't read. Don't ask for shout.
Right. Let's see here. Nick, you answered my questions 3 times already. All right. Awesome. We're on a roll here. Woo.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you know what? And just have poodles like Brian G. Johnson.
Yeah. I mean, that's the easy way. Right. Just have poodles and then just sit there and just like ride it straight up.
Right.
That's the easy way to do
poodles, man. Get poodles.
I need poodles. I need a poodle. Let's see here. D, love your Master Your Mobile. And this is from My Bourbon Journey. Says, D, love your Master Your Mobile channels. I do a lot of stuff straight from my phone. It's been a huge help.
Oh, man. Happy to help. Thank you.
Give a pat on the back.
Yeah,
later.
Just a little. Thank you.
A little pat on the back there.
Thank you. Happy to help.
Let's see here. Shout outs are pointless. Focus on creating your next awesome video. Absolutely.
Weird Heather, you got it. Bro, check out my shoes. Hashtag bro, check out my shoes.
Yeah. Nice. Midnight's not even in the stream today. So it's Car Galaxy Studios. It's okay.
But he gets mentioned almost on every single stream.
He does.
Right.
And he came up with another awesome channel name as well.
I mean, another example, Brian G. Johnson, right? He just shows up in the stream. Brian G. Johnson.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's just certain people.
And then everybody's like, Brian. Right.
Brian,
I mean, he comes in for the takeover. Brian.
But anybody, or, football fan, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
He's been coming in here stream after stream after stream. They never ask for shout outs, man. They just come in and say, hey, how's it going? And over time, you get to know these people.
Right.
And then you shout them out.
Right.
Not that it changes their life anything. You're not going to get the results you think it's going to get unless you get shouted out by somebody huge.
Right. Yeah. And again, another shout out to Football Fan 123.
Yeah. And one more, Football Fan 123. And Sergeant Shill, how you doing, brother?
So Milky Cheese says, hey, Nick, I want to start streaming, but I move around Korea and the U.S. a lot. Is there any tips to get both sides of the viewers? Yes, absolutely. So one thing that you can do is like if you are moving from Korea to the States a lot, and you're kind of going back and forth and you're thinking in terms of time zone, then basically just when you're in the States, stream for that audience. When you're in Korea, stream for that audience, and you got it that way. 2, if you want to build it like on a schedule, then just stream twice a week if you can work that into what it is that you're doing. Stream twice a week and then have one of your streams that's for one audience, one of your streams that's for the other audience, and then try to, even though it might be like a little bit late or a little bit early, try to do those at a time to where it might serve both time zones, maybe the beginning of, when things are starting to come alive and when people are starting to wake up.
This is the world
Korea,
that we live in.
And
Asia, you know, Korea.
But when people are starting to wake up and stuff in Korea, and when people are starting to like wake up, over in the States or go to sleep in the States as well.
Yeah, RPM Nexus says, "Hey Nick, did D mention to you about him making number 1 in a top 10 YouTuber list?"
No. What happened there?
He made a video of his top 10 YouTubers, and guess who was number 1?
You. Nice. High five, fist bump to you,
Nimmin. For once, I beat this guy.
Nice.
Take that, man.
That's okay. I'm just gonna ban this. I'm gonna ban this guy. What's his name? What's this guy's name? I'm gonna ban him real quick.
Brian.
Nice. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. I'm in Korea too. Oh, the Endeavoring family. We've got a couple people here in Korea. Shannon Vlogs. What is going on? Nice to see you in here as well. We got like all kinds of Korea love. Look at all this stuff.
Annyeonghaseyo. Kamsahamnida.
Uh-oh. He's getting into his K-pop. Careful. Don't turn on his K-pop switch. He'll never stop.
Annyeonghaseyo.
Uh-oh. There he goes.
Annyeong.
Let's see here. Need to get an autoplay with hopefully duration's long enough. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to go ahead and we're going to jump into the channel grading portion of this live stream so I can start giving you some tips on your personal YouTube channels. D, if you want to drop the thing there, don't pull my screen up yet because I need to actually pull these up from the thing here. So give me 1 second here before you drop that needle.
It just made me think of, do you remember Arrested Development?
Mm-hmm.
So do you remember the part where they had did they adopt him? I don't remember what they did, but they had a little Korean boy. Do you remember that? And he would always say Annyeong, which is like hello, right? Mm-hmm. And they thought his name was Annyeong. You don't remember that?
You know what? It sounds familiar.
Oh
yeah,
my God, dude, that show is just gold. Absolute
I can't
gold.
remember that.
He would always show up and go, "Annyeong," and they'd say, "Oh, hi."
Nice.
Yeah.
So Eternal Shaddai, I just saw your super chat here. You had a question that came in, and they asked, "What's the best lighting in a small room? Since I have a small lamp and the lighting is not good, I'm using USB lighting." So the one thing that I would recommend is I would actually do like daylight if you can. Like if you're trying to get the best light possible, I would try to do daylight and sit by a window, and then you can basically just capitalize on all that daylight that's coming in. But if your window or the place that you're in, like let's say you're in a basement and you don't have the windows where you can pull that sunlight in from, then in that case, like the lights that we're using in here, like these are just like normal lights. Like we've got some can lights as an example over here, and they're just directional, so they're coming in our direction. But this is like one. Let's see here. The lights that are hitting me, actually, there's one light bulb here, there's one light bulb up here, and then there's a soft box that's actually bouncing off the ceiling to just kind of give like a I don't know, what would you call this? Like a overcast of light.
Yes.
Yeah, and then on him, he's got one light from there. He's got another light, two lights back here, and then another light over here.
Right. So here's the thing: we live in Thailand, right? So we don't have access to a lot of the cool lights that you guys like, especially if you're living in the U.S.
Yeah.
So we really have to like bootleg this stuff up. I actually, you know what? I'm going to show them one of these lights.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and talk for a second.
You can. Yeah. You can grab it and give them like a tour if you want.
I'm going to show them this one. Oh man, I can't. I think it's. Oh yeah, I'll do it here.
Oh, you unfastening it? Yeah. You can just grab the camera, point it around there if you want. Let's see here.
So explain to them what this is.
Yeah, so I have a few videos on lighting as well. Thanks, Dr. Sten. Yeah, like I have a few videos on these on cheap lighting as well. So definitely check out my videos on that. But Dee's actually going to show you. He's going to give you an example here in just a second. Affiliate marketing MC Marcus in the house. What is going on, man? Happy Saturday to you as well. So yeah, so this light right here that you have like that's actually right in front of that one camera, but it's not in front of the main one. So the light that he's pointing to here, basically all this is it's a can light, right? There's one light bulb inside of this thing, and then we've got a shirt covering it up, so that shirt diffuses the light. It basically makes the light a little bit softer. So instead of having like a really harsh light hit us, it basically just makes the whole thing a lot lighter in terms of instead of having like harsh points on our skin, it just kind of smooths everything out a little bit. So, but yeah, like that whole, like per light setup, you can replicate the same thing. I'm not sure what country you're in, but you can replicate the same thing from like a Home Depot, for example. I think, because when we went to live stream at my mom's last October, I picked up a set of lights. I think the whole thing cost me like $40 or $50, and I got like 3 can lights. They're just like silver aluminum work lights, and the bulbs and everything, and it was super, super cheap.
Yeah, so bootleg it. It works.
Bootleg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need expensive stuff.
Yeah, you don't. Definitely don't. Cricket says that the light looked creepy moving into the frame. Yeah, that's our phantom light. Yeah. Our creepy ghost light that we have in here.
Now, we do have a giant softbox right here that's bouncing off of a white ceiling, kind of giving us a wash.
Mm-hmm.
But all the other lights are just kind of like, bootlegged.
Yeah, Earthquake Productions, what is going on? So AJ Bellinger says, what's the cost of an apartment in Chiang Mai? Just like anywhere in the world, like you can go as big or as small as you want. You can get places here that are very expensive. You can also get places here that are extremely cheap. And by extremely cheap, I mean like what, $150 if you want to go like on the really cheap end?
Yeah, that's like a fan and like living with
it's
the
like
locals.
A box. Yeah, it's like a box, a bed, and a fan is basically all you're going to get for that.
Yeah.
So definitely not the most ideal, but depending on what your comfort level is, that might be all you need. It's just not, a preference. Tom is asking where you can buy that NIMMINATI shirt. There's actually a link to the store down in the description below where you can pick up a
Did you put that back up?
NIMMINATI shirt. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yep. Yes, we are Quill and Ink History. Let's see.
Yeah,
here.
It looks all professional, but it's smoke and mirrors. Like
it is.
All the lights going on around here, they're all inexpensive.
Yeah, like the ones on top, as an example, right? Like we're just using track lighting up here on the very top. And that track lighting, basically, there's like one track light bulb there, one track light bulb there, and I think one back here.
Yeah.
And then it's just directed towards us. And then we have the, what's that, diffusing paper? Is that called?
Yeah.
And then we use diffusion paper on, in front of those lights to soften that light as well. And then that's it. Yeah, pretty easy.
And the blue lights that you see going on behind the foam, those are just LED.
Yeah.
Yeah. Inexpensive LED.
Mm-hmm.
Ready to drop it?
Let's drop it like it's hot.
Here we go.
Now it's time for your favorite part of the show, channel grading.
This is our favorite part of the show too. So if you want your channel graded, make sure that you read the rules in the description to make sure that you qualify.
All right. And no, we are not sitting in front of a green screen.
No, this is real.
This is the real thing. I could actually grab a piece of foam and throw it at him.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't be the first time.
You mind? You mind if I do that?
Sure, go for it.
All right.
Okay, first up on the list here, we have Jonah Carico.
Uh-oh.
So, Jonah, on your channel?
Nope.
Oh, it's not coming up?
I've just got your desktop background.
Okay, well, let's change that. It looks like that is not going to be what's happening here. Hold on, let me unplug this and plug it back in again.
So I saw this the whole time, and I thought it was like working. Gremlins.
Okay, let's see here. I'm going to plug this in if you want to try pulling it up again. Because when I unplugged it, it just kind of stayed there like it's frozen or something.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Go
I
ahead.
don't know if you need to refresh it. So while he's working on that, I'm gonna hop back in here into the chat.
Nope.
And 3-0 is to you. So for those super chats coming in, you might want to pause here for a second
this is your computer actually,
and make sure that that we can get it. Because it's just like stuck on that.
Yeah. Okay,
so here's what I'm going to do. D, if you want to carry this for a second, I'm going to go into my settings, and I'm going to make sure that my monitor settings are all okay and all of that stuff.
Yep, hold on here. So while he's fixing his computer, I'm going to talk a little bit about our trip to VidCon. This was my first YouTube event, and so Andrew Can picked us up from the airport with the YouTube crew. Oh, I forgot the plaques. So they actually, they're at home. So they made these cool milestone plaques for us, and they framed them. So his was 200,000, mine was a 5,000. So he picked us up at the airport. And by the way, he actually made a video about this. Hold on, I'm going to test this again. Yeah, we got it.
We got it?
Yeah, he actually made a video about this on his channel, on Andrew Can's channel, where he picked us up, and that was really cool. So day number 1, it was Nick, myself, Andrew, Owen Video, Andrew Edwards, all hanging out with anybody, and Do It With Jason.
Yep.
We're all hanging out at the Two Buddy house for a while. That was awesome. Next night the next day woke up, went to registration. And man, like that's where it all started.
Yeah.
Like it was just full on, like it's like you flip a switch and you're just engaged. We were engaged for like 4 days. Just collaborations, like talking to everybody, being in on shoots. You were working like tons of collaborations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just following him around, like giving him coffee and stuff.
I think in total, I don't even know how many videos I made, but I think my goal was at 12. I believe was what I was going for. I'm not sure how many I came out with, but I think my goal was 12. I think I might have done 10 maybe.
You got 10 collaborations.
Yeah, I think so.
Over like 4 days.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, jam packed.
Yeah, not bad.
And that was just for your channel, right?
Oh, you know what? I didn't get Roberto, so so that's definitely one off of the 12. He was really busy.
Yeah.
Roberto did like 3 presentations there.
Yes.
Just grinding.
Yes.
And
we couldn't get into one of them, so we tried to get into one of Roberto's.
2, yeah.
Yeah, 2 of them actually, and it was packed. It wouldn't let anybody else in the room.
Yeah, I think I'm actually pulling it up right now, just out of curiosity. I think that let's see here. Who did I not get to collaborate with?
Yeah, you collaborated with Benji, Sean Cannell, Daryl Eves, Tim Schmoyer.
So Roberto I didn't, and Jeremy I didn't, Jeremy Vest. So so Roberto Blake and Jeremy Vest were the only ones that I wanted to collaborate with that it just didn't work out based on time, or they were busy, or I was busy at the time, or whatever.
Right.
So so those are the only 2, but everybody else on the list I was able to collaborate with, which was great.
Lost in the Curve says, do these cons actually help aspiring YouTubers, or is it more socializing?
Is what?
Are these conventions actually, do they help aspiring YouTubers, or are they more just about socializing?
It's both. It depends on which ones you go to. So with all of them, they all have educational stuff built into them, to where you can go and you can, they'll teach you stuff. You'll hear experts in different fields, talk about, different aspects of it, of what's going on in the platform, how they see things going in the future on YouTube and other platforms. And then like, that's kind of what VidCon was. And then there's like the seeing all the different vendors and all of that, which is cool, and getting a chance to connect with people, to where, you might be able to work out like future sponsorships, things with and stuff like that, because, that face-to-face time is really important. And then there's things like Vid Summit, where Vid Summit, that one is about, like if you want to learn how to like really make money on your channel and you want to learn how to like really get the ball rolling, so to speak, like that is the one that you need to go to. Video Marketing World is also good, but I haven't been to that one yet. Like I know it's good because Jeremy is hosting it and I've heard good things about it, but I haven't personally been to that one yet. I'm speaking at that one this year, so I know it's going to be good, but I just don't know how good. But Vid Summit was my first YouTube conference, or video related conference that I'd been to. And for me personally, that was a game changer for me, and I'll tell you why. One, it basically put into perspective for me, like it's real easy to see like names in the chat, and it's real easy to see comments and things like that, and there's people behind it, but when you actually get to meet the people that are in your audience like face to face, it just changes at least it did for me, it changes the way that you perceive how you make your content. So it puts a lot more importance on what it is that you're doing, which is pretty cool. But in addition to that, you're also like at Vid Summit, for example, right? Like that one's not like a fan-based thing. That one's for people that are going to learn how to improve. They want to go and they want to learn how to make their channels better. There's going to be a lot of people there that are operating on very high levels in terms of their content, in terms of their YouTube business or their video marketing business. And what's really awesome there is you'll learn a ton just standing in circles of people having conversations.
I was just gonna say, like, because he asked if it was just socializing.
Yeah.
Just the socializing was one of the most amazing parts of going. Yeah. Like, just like you said, standing in circles, having coffee with people. Yeah. Sitting down and picking the minds of successful YouTubers over a coffee. Yeah.
And just letting people talk.
Like
not even picking their minds, just letting people talk and just like listening to the stuff that people are saying. It's just like
just being like a fly on the wall. Yeah. And just hearing what other creators are talking about is you picked up some stuff there. And not only that, but like you're going to a place where everybody is like you. Yeah. They're all creators.
It's all like-minded people.
It's all like-minded people. And this was my first event, and I didn't really fully understand it until I went there, but like every single person there that wasn't a fan, they're creators. Yeah. Oh, and we just like lost a battery here. So carry this.
All right. Yeah. So basically, like when you go to these types of events, right? Whoa. So when you go to these types of events, we just had like a whole meltdown over here.
I just like
so when you go to these events, right? Like you're surrounding yourself, just like real quick Chris says here, you're surrounding yourself with people that are doing the same things you are, because there's creators at all different levels. There's people that are wanting to start a YouTube channel. There's companies that are wanting to start YouTube channels. There's people that have millions of subscribers. There's people that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And you get to basically find your spot in all of that, and you get to basically interact and share information with and conversations with all of these people doing all of this stuff in different levels, all based around the same things that you're interested in as well. So, I mean, it's just an awesome experience all the way around. To be honest, initially I wasn't going to go to VidCon. And that's because I'd heard, it's just, it's more about the fan thing. And there was definitely tons of that, in terms of, you see like, people freaking out over big YouTubers and that kind of thing. But when TubeBuddy reached out and they're like, hey, we'd love for you to come, so we were like, yeah, we'll do it, and we went. And I'm so happy that they reached out, because even though I was expecting it to be one thing, it was still a very awesome experience, and it was just great all the way around. So yeah, in terms of these conferences, it's about education, it's about networking or socializing, and it's about getting to know people. And those people can be companies, those people can be other creators, those people can be other people that are wanting to create or whatever. But it's basically just making all of those connections with everybody and networking and learning what you can from other people.
I want to piggyback on that for a second, and because you talked about meeting people face to face. Yeah. So since I've started YouTubing, like, I haven't met anybody face to face, really. Yeah. Chicky Pie, right? Yeah. And a couple of the guests that we have in here, but I haven't, like, on scale, right? Yeah. So it's really weird. Like because everybody's kind of like-minded, you'd be surprised how well everybody gets together.
Yeah.
Right. And so I went there with names. I went there with like, okay, I know this person has a channel. I know this person's generous when they come and they leave super chats. But I left feeling like I made a bunch of new friends.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't view them as, they're just like viewers or whatever. I literally, you know, and I like to communicate with them. Like I want to hang out with them.
Right.
Yeah, I felt like I made friends.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them.
Right.
Because they're all like the same people.
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing. It was an amazing experience.
Yeah, it really is
amazing.
And the events can really change your perspective on
That's
that
what
whole
it
thing.
did for me. Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, so I recommend that if you you know, if you get the opportunity to go to one of these events, you know, whatever it happens to be, even local events, you know, it doesn't have to be these humongous events. Even if there's a local event to where they're having, you know, like a bunch of YouTubers get together or something, if you can make the time, I would definitely go and start doing that. I know here locally in Chiang Mai, Thailand, you know, we have YouTube meetups from time to time. And I don't make it to all of them, but I try to go to them when I can, just for that same reason, because, you know, you get to hang out with other people that are trying to do the same thing that you're doing. And because of that, you know, it's cool. You get to add value, or you get to take that value from other people, and you get to meet other people that like, you know, that are doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that just blew my mind is everybody I met was, I mean, they were just kind of like me.
Yeah.
They're creators. They know about gear. They know about YouTube. They know about social media. They're the struggle.
Yeah.
You know, oh, John Prosser's in the house, front page tech.
What is going on,
man? He just hit 70,000 subscribers.
Nice. High five and fist bump to you for that, man. Good job.
Yeah. All right, man. We got to get back to channel grading.
Okay. Yeah, we're getting on this like tangent about like community and like how awesome community is.
But it is.
Yeah,
like,
we're getting sidetracked.
It blew my mind that I can't wait for Vid Summit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, VidSummit's going to be awesome. So the next one on my list is Video Marketing World. I've got links to both of these down in the description, actually. But Video Marketing World, I'm going to be speaking there. So I'd love to, you know, if you're anywhere in the Dallas area, definitely come to that. Yeah, I'd love to see you there. And then Vid Summit, that one's going to be in LA in October. Would love to see you there as well. D is going to that one as well. So both of us are going to be at that one. So so definitely, if you are anywhere in the LA area, or if you can just hop on a plane and head there, I really recommend that you do it. We're considering also, I know there's a VidCon London coming up, because some people in the chat right now are asking about that. There is a VidCon London coming up. There's a VidCon Australia coming up. So depending on what's going on, we might end up going to those as well. But it just kind of depends on, you know, how the cards fall, so to speak, with time.
I do want to say one thing, though. I did not like VidCon. It was spread out too much.
Yeah.
So it was kind of difficult to hang out with everybody, because you kind of had to, they had like a fan level, like creator level, then an industry level.
Yes.
So like, for example, if somebody got like a creator level, you couldn't go in the industry level.
Yeah. So you had to make those separations. So if you're hanging out with people on the creator level and you had like something that you wanted to go to on the industry level, then it's like, oh, hey, well, I'm going up here. You're blocked out. So we'll have to catch up with you later.
That's one thing.
Sucked.
I didn't like that. I wanted to hang out more with some people, and I felt like I kind of got like shut out on that.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Yeah, and Marcus from Affiliate Marketing MC says, "Is Video Marketing World the same as VidPal?" Yes, it is. That's the one in Dallas, and that's in August. And yeah, I think because I don't think that one's sold out yet. I think they're closing in on selling out. But if you're thinking of going to that one, I really recommend that you jump on that one soon, because it will sell out, and it's closing in, so it'll be selling out quick.
Man, it was just fun hanging out with everybody.
Yeah, and Cybertimes LLC says, what does it cost to enter these conventions? I know depending, like for VidCon, it depends on which pass that you got. Like with the creator passes, I think those were like a couple $100. And then they have the, or there's like the fan pass that was like a couple $100. And then there's like the creator pass that was like a little bit more expensive than that.
Right.
And then there's the industry passes that were like $800, depending on when you bought them. When we got mine, it was like, I think it was like $600 or $700, and then by the time that we got D's, because his was kind of like a last minute thing, by the time he picked his up, I think it was like around like $800 or something like that. So it's, you know, it just depends on what level that you try to go in at.
But I had the best time in the lobby.
Yeah, you're right. Like I didn't even need the industry pass.
Right. Dude, yeah, absolutely true. Like I could have skipped the seminars, which were cool, by the way, but I could have skipped them and just hung out in the lobby.
Yeah.
Or hung out, you know, with everybody else who was outside the convention.
Yeah. Yeah, likewise.
So, all right. First
channel? There's that.
Yeah.
All right. So first channel on the list is going to be 3, 2 is you. Okay, man. So
you're frozen again.
So what we've got here, is it frozen?
Yep.
Man, crazy.
Yeah, that's your computer.
Here, let me
guys, we are struggling today.
Yeah, we are tech. See,
thank you, Windows
It's off. Like I have it out, and you're still seeing it on your screen. It might be the capture card more than my computer. So refresh the capture card, maybe, because it's still showing. Like when it comes up, it's still there. See it?
Yeah, but that's as soon as I do this, it'll change it though. Yeah, Windows 10 just loves to force us into updates. It kind of breaks stuff. Here, go ahead.
Okay. So while he's working on that, then I'll hop back in here in the chat and talk to. Hey, thanks for that, by the way, John, Front Page Tech. Appreciate it. Love what you are doing, by the way. So let's see here. No, you're fine. Let's see here. D, do you need mods trivia questions? Yes.
Yes, we do.
We
Go
will
ahead
be
and
needing
send them.
those for sure. No, it's not that we're frozen, Sergeant Shill. Basically, we're trying to pull the screen up right now, and for whatever reason, the software is having trouble because we're basically running an HDMI through this into an Elgato HD60S card, and then that is basically pulling it into Streamlabs, which is then having it up on the screen. But I think the problem is actually...
It's moving. Are you sure that's not your desktop now? You're good now.
Oh, it's good now?
Yep, we're good.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, here we go.
Man, how weird.
So 3 is to you. So on yours here, the very first thing is you have gaming. So that is fantastic. Uploads, Granny. Okay. So a handful of things that I have for you here. And the very first one is that there's like no consistency in terms of branding with what's going on with your thumbnails. I would definitely get that together. What I mean is I would create a consistent look and feel with what's going on here in your thumbnails. A great example, D, if you want to take this down for a second. I'm actually going to pull up. I'm actually going to pull up John's channel since he was just in here in the chat and just show a great example of this because he does this wonderfully.
Man, it looks like we've got a horrible upload stream here.
Do we?
Yeah, based on what I can see.
Okay, so if you want to pull this up, so basically what I mean by a consistent look and feel in your thumbnails is if you look at what he's doing right here, right, in his thumbnails, you see how they all have like a similar look. He's in the same position. They have like similar colors, similar text styles, and things like that. Like that is what I mean by a similar look and feel. So right now you don't have that. What you have is just a bunch of just stuff, and it's really important that you try to dial in a consistent look and feel that represents your brand in some way. And what I mean by represent your brand is right now you might be thinking about, hey, I've got 350 subscribers. Yay, we just hit 350 or 300 subscribers, and that's awesome. I'm uploading videos and all of that, which is good, but it's also important that you think about building a brand around your channel, a recognizable brand that people can see when they see you here on YouTube. They can see your brand when they see you on Facebook and on Twitter and on Instagram TV, to where it's a brand that you're building your content around instead of just something that you're doing here on YouTube. And when you do it here on YouTube and you get all your branding together on YouTube, then you can take that and you can transfer it to the other platforms as well. So like what that consists of, in a nutshell, of course, there's like, the deeper sides of it, like your messaging and your tone and all that. But you also want to think about your visually, like what do people see when they land on your channel, and is that recognizable? When people look at your thumbnails, do they? And I'm going a little bit deeper into this one for those of you that are new in the stream.
Professor Nez is in the house.
Professor Nez, what is going on, man? Nice to see you in here in the chat. We were actually just talking about you a little bit ago. But the thumbnails, what you want to go for here is you want to go for, the same type of letters, right? The same fonts is what those are called. You want to go for the same types of letters. You want to go for the same, general color schemes. You want to go for the same style and imagery and things like that, so that if somebody sees this thumbnail on the platform, or they get used to seeing this type of thumbnail, that when they see that type of thumbnail anywhere on YouTube, they know that it's your content at a glance. So if you go back to John's channel here, you can see here, like on these recent thumbnails here, like if they see...
Are you back on John's channel now?
Yeah.
You froze again.
Is it frozen again? Yeah, it's got to be the card. So let's pull up the chat here. Let's see. No dark mode here either. Random happens. Hi, Professor. It's really hard to get my videos, but I can't make good thumbnails. Hey, guys. Says Once Upon a Mommy. Nice to see you, Once Upon a Mommy. So do you want me to unplug this and plug it back in here real quick?
I think you're going to have to reboot.
Do you want to do the reset in there? Because that fixed it last time. and see if that does it. And I've got the chat here on the screen too, so that will that'll show if that ends up doing it or not. So let's see here, Christopher. So Professor Nesman, we were talking. Yeah, there it is. So we were talking a little bit ago about that terrifying VR thing that we did.
Yeah,
that was so crazy.
Yeah, yeah. If I fall, I feel like it. I feel like I'm falling. Crazy.
But back on this, like the example that I want to give you is like here on John's channel, right? Like if somebody sees, if one of John's fans, one of these 70,000 people, see John's thumbnail, they see any of these thumbnails on YouTube right out of the gate, through the style, through the design concepts that he used, like every aspect of these thumbnails make his content recognizable no matter where they see it on the platform.
His thumbs are awesome.
They are. Even the detail of having this behind the timestamp, right? Like he's got the box behind the timestamp. Yes, the timestamp covers up the words that are on this, but it's still that design element that people are going to be able to recognize as part of what it is that he's doing. So it doesn't matter if you saw this on, like if you're one of John's fans, right? And this is why branding is so important when you're missing that here, is if one of John's fans see one of these thumbnails on YouTube, they're going to know that it's John's. If they see this grid, if that gets shown to them on their homepage right out of the gate, they're going to recognize this as his stuff, and then they're going to know it's his. And if they're a fan of his and they like the content that he makes, they're going to click on this and they're going to go watch his videos. If they see somebody shares one of these on Facebook, they're going to recognize that it's his. And if they like his content and they haven't seen it yet, they're going to click on that and they're going to come and watch it from there. If they see it on somebody else's Twitter and so on, if they see it on Reddit, the same exact thing applies. If they haven't watched those videos yet, they're going to come back in and they're going to watch those. They're going to watch those videos because they can recognize at a glance that it's his content and they like his content. And
by the way, if you're not following him, subscribe to John.
Yeah.
And follow him on Twitter. His Twitter account's awesome too.
Is, yeah. So Front Page Tech is his channel name. Definitely head over there. I'll actually just drop this in the chat right now. Definitely head over there and give him a subscribe. Because his content is absolutely awesome, especially if you're a content creator, because he does, he does talk about like phone stuff. He also talks about gear and that kind of stuff, just general, YouTube type stuff and tech type stuff that you'll definitely get into. So definitely head over there and check him out if you haven't yet.
Yeah, and you guys, look, I see the mods just going nuts in here. Stop with the channel subbing, guys.
Oh, is that going on a lot?
Out. Man, they're just, they're slaying in there today.
Nice. Yeah, keep at it, guys.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So
sharpen your swords, mods.
Yep.
Or the wrench.
Yeah, have at it. Have at it. It's open season, guys.
Yeah, it's open season.
Open season for the mods.
That's right.
So if we've got people in here going sub for sub crazy, open season for the mods.
Check out my channel. Yep.
Yeah, feel free to do your thing. So I know we've had the limits on lately. Feel free to just let it rain today.
Yep.
It's all yours.
Yep.
Oh, it's great. Yep. So yeah, the very first thing that I'd recommend to you three too is basically just get your overall branding together, because that's really important. Okay, Jonah Carrero, very first thing on the list is I think your header looks cool. Like I like the picture. But one thing that this doesn't tell me is it doesn't tell me anything about the content that you're making on the channel. So here it looks like you're doing like dances, Fortnite dances here. I have no idea what's going on with this. But right out of the gate with you, the very first thing that I would do is make sure that you're putting here what type of content it is that you make, what type of content people can expect from you. Also, I wouldn't use the same exact thumb. I would make some type of variation to these. I see that you are putting the 2 and 3 on there, but I would do something else as a way to identify this, because this is an actual video content. It's not a live stream. So
Andrew Can, welcome, brother.
What's up, Andrew? Nice to see you in here, man. So like in this case, right, like what you're doing is you're putting out these videos with the same exact thumbnail, and this would most likely, of course you'd have to test it, but this would most likely be more effective if you actually had, like real shots of stuff that you did on your vacation in here instead of just doing that. Instead of just doing, this particular image. I would also make sure that you're working on your titles, because this, as an example, that's a horrible title, right? If you want results, you got to do this stuff. You have to, at the very least, put some effort into your titles, right? Learn, because I see that you're young also.
It's like a massacre going on in the chat.
Is it really?
Right now? Yeah. I don't recall seeing it this bad in a long time.
Nice.
Yeah. It's just a massacre.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Science Theory, what's going on? Nice to see you in here. Hey, so for that, you should definitely check out my latest video, Science Theory, on the creating a watch time trap if you haven't yet. So in your case, I would definitely work on your titles. I would work on your thumbnails as well, and I'd work on clarifying exactly what it is that you offer on your channel. All right, Sarge.
Oh, he's got a new header.
Ooh, nice. That looks good.
Yeah, I like that.
I do too. Okay, right out of the gate, I want to say that this looks awesome. However, these are really difficult to read. Right down here, very difficult to read. Like I'm on my desktop right now, and I'm having to lean in order to see what's going on here. But these are very, very difficult to read. Also, keep in mind, like one of the things that I always mention about session time right now, because you're a new channel. It's really important that you are keeping people on the platform. That you're not sending people off platform unless there's a big advantage. Right. If you're getting people into an email list, yeah, send them off platform. If you're doing something where you're going to convert people into sales, into real money, then in that case, yeah, send people off platform because you're getting a benefit for it. But if you're just sending people to like your Twitch channel, if you're just sending people to, I think that's your website over here, if there's no real benefit in terms of you getting something on the back end of that, in terms of, somebody in your email list or something that you'll be able to lean on long term, then I would definitely keep them on platform for now. So very first thing is I would get rid of those. Next thing is I would also make this part right here bigger, because ultimately this part right here is a lot more important than what's going on up here. Like, don't get me wrong, this looks awesome. Whoever made this,
that looks really cool.
Yeah, whoever made this did an amazing job. It looks great. But this part right here is the most important part, because it tells who you are and it shows that you're promoting healthy gaming, right? So this part right here, I'd make this larger so that it's easier to read. And then I would either have this kind of come up over this part right here, so it's kind of big like that, right? So you still get this coming out of it, or just kind of have your designer resize things a little bit to make it fit.
You know what I would do? I would keep that patch the way it is. I would move it over to the left, and I would take his name and what he does and put it large on the right, and just balance it out.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Or you can do something like that.
So it's really big and bold, but you keep the patch the same size. That patch is awesome.
So what he's saying is basically you would keep this patch here, and then you would move the Sarge's Gaming over to here, and then you'd make that big here, and then of course you would center everything up to make sure you're still mobile friendly and all of that.
Yes.
But yeah, love the new look though.
Love it. Yeah.
But the idea, just to kind of hammer this home here a little bit, the idea with doing all of that is basically to make this easier to read. Okay, just to make it easier to understand at a glance, because this looks incredible.
Yeah, that looks like as pro can get.
Yeah, it does. Looks great.
It looks like it's not like it looks like a gaming channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, like well done. You nailed it. Yeah. Well done.
Now, one thing that happens here is like what I just talked about in terms of branding, right? And I used John over here as a reference for that. One thing is, like, if you look at what's going on up here, right? And then you look at what's happening down here in the thumbnails, huge disconnect in terms of the style of what's actually happening. What I would recommend is that you take what's going on up here and that you apply some of those concepts to what's happening in your thumbnails. At the very least, right, if you're going to use this yellow so that you can try to grab attention with these, at the very least, I would use like your Sarge's Gaming font so that it's something that just so it stands out, right? So that it stands out and so it matches what's going on up here at the top. Because what you have is you have this like awesome look that's happening up here, and then as soon as you come down into your thumbnails, it all comes apart. Next up on the list. Oh, hey, thanks for the feature over here. I appreciate it. It's got you over there too, D. Thank you.
Oh, man. Thank you so much.
State of Decay 2 updates and patches. This playlist is from the game itself. I'm doing videos and updates. Okay, so this right here, this totally works. In terms of best practices, you're definitely using this. You're definitely using this. Here, instead of saying like this playlist, and I'm just nitpicking here because I just want you to know this, but here you have like this playlist is for the game itself. I'll be doing videos on blah, blah, blah. Like one thing that is important to do is to commit, right? Because here you're like, I will be doing, like, instead of saying that, like one thing that I recommend that you do is make it current, right? Like videos on updates from my videos as well as content releases, right? Or videos of State of Decay 2 updates and patches, blah, blah, right? So basically you say what it is that you are doing instead of what you will be doing, right? So say this is what's happening now, own it, right? I would also move this playlist is for the game itself, and I would just say, well, you can keep that on there, but I would lose the potential language and make it now language. It's like I'm doing this. That'd be a good thing for the doing meter to have popped off there.
Doing.
Yep. Let's see. Try making thumbs forward. Well, sneaky feature. Dominator as well. President as well. It was 2 hours of my stream. Okay. Playthrough is based on building strategy. Walk through the game. Okay, same thing here. It will also be, right? Like, one thing for this particular description is think of that in terms of this being true negated, which basically means that they're cutting off whatever is left here. So I would actually just end this here, right? And you also have that same thing. It will be, right? Instead of like it is, you're saying that it will be, like own it, like it's now. This is happening now, right? Commit. Remember to put your description here. Same here. Same here. Same here. Yeah, so you definitely need to get your descriptions in there for sure. Since you're using the same exact thumbnail here, I would do something to make this stand out a little bit more. And I would also test this as well. Like I would test like I would test just how this thumbnail converts. I would do a bunch of different versions of this because you're relying so heavily on this one thumbnail. I would test this like crazy until you find one. Like if you're going to keep doing that, which is fine if that's what you want to do, but I would just test this like a maniac until you get a thumbnail that converts at a really high rate, and then make your minor adjustments to it down here. But I would also do it to where these actually stand out more, and also be mindful if you're putting text on here that you need to be mindful of the timestamp. But yeah, so in a nutshell, in your particular case, I would really work hard on like the next things that I would do for you is I would get your branding together. I'd make sure that that you're still leaning on best practices, right? Those would be the main things that I would work on for you, like right now. Perfect. That's good. Love what you did right here. That's great. Yeah, so those would be the first things that I would do. Hey, will you take this down real quick, D? I want to see something really quick.
Yeah.
If you want to take me off screen there. Is that your screen?
Oh my goodness. What's going on here? That's weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's weird that it was feeding that through there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so take this down real quick.
Yeah, we're having all kinds of like.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Can you zoom
I almost put my passwords up there.
That's funny. Can you zoom in on this? You know what? Actually, don't zoom in on it. Just keep it down because I just want to see something really quick here.
You're frozen again.
Am I really?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, do not pull this up on the screen, please. Which I guess you couldn't if you wanted to. But while that is happening...
Yeah, frozen again.
Since everything is being weird, like they might be seeing stuff actually. So we got to make sure that we're mindful of what's actually being shown on the screen.
Yeah. All right, I can see you again now.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know if that. I'm not sure. You can actually go back in the thing there and see if that see if it pulled up, because on the scrub I don't see it. So that might have just been. Oh, you saw it. Okay.
Yeah, it froze on there.
Okay.
How weird.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're having all types of tech problems here. Yeah, I think the internet's...
Yeah, we're having some problems here, people. Hey, Midnight Madness 4x4. Welcome.
There he is. Yeah, we were talking about you earlier, man. Nice to see you in here. We're talking about you and talking about your channel name, talking about you being a part of the community and all of that good stuff, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, I got like a top secret thing here that I'm actually whoa, what just happened there? Oh, okay.
Man, every time I pull up the browser, it shoots it right up.
Interesting.
That's so weird.
It is. Yeah, so I'm trying to pull this in for the for that. Maybe they're working on it or something. Yeah, so what I'm doing right now basically is I'm trying to pull up an additional tool that I just got my hands on and see if I could run his channel through it. But that tool actually is not working right here at the moment.
Yeah,
so,
sorry about this, guys. We're trying to do something. We're having some internet difficulties here.
Yeah. All right, so we'll just skip that then. Well, actually, here I'll try it one more time. Here, let me go back to the main page. Yeah, let me go back to the main page so I can get an actual channel ID.
Hey, Beanie, welcome.
Beanie draws in his house.
Yeah, he's another one, man. Every time he comes in, Beanie gets the shout every time.
Every time. Time. Okay, let's try this again. Boom.
Android Gamer Lubbish that says, Mod, you are banning upcoming YouTubers. Look, they are knocking people out of here who cannot conduct themselves like normal people.
Right.
Who don't
know how to act in a democracy.
Right. Look, if you're asking for sub, check out my channel. Look, you're gonna get silenced. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't do this stuff in here. They're gonna knock you down. They're gonna tear you down. And no, they're not going to be up and coming YouTubers if that's how they act.
Yeah, right. Let's see here.
Yeah, Midnight Madness. Nick just said hello.
A lot of new names here today. Much cool. That is good. If you're new in the chat right now, give a hashtag new, just so I can know that you are new to the community, and so everybody else can welcome you here as well. And if anybody in here that's normally in the chat, if you notice somebody dropping a hashtag new, definitely welcome them here into the chat.
That's
welcome
right.
to the NIMMINATI.
Professor Ned says, I wonder how they would act on a VR plank.
Right?
Dude, was that not
like
the
real questions right there.
Was that not terrifying? Right?
Okay, yeah, it's not letting me pull his channel up.
Yeah,
okay.
That was terrifying.
So yeah, Sarge. So in
you pull Sarge back up.
Yeah. So in your case, man, I would go back to working on branding. Also in your thumbnails, I would really test this stuff, man. I don't know if you're testing these right now or not, but things like this, right? In terms of making it easy. Here you have like State of Decay, Independence, Patch 2.0.
Wow, tons of news again. Wow, man, welcome.
And then like in the Independence area back here, like this is kind of difficult to read, right? To where like when you're putting this text on here, putting some like shadows maybe or boxes or something behind this to make it a little bit easier to read is definitely something that would be a win in comparison to what's going on here right now. Like here it has content update 1.2. This is another one to where you're kind of losing some of the text back here. You want this stuff to be really easy to read, especially at a small size, because most of the viewers on YouTube are on a mobile phone. Yeah, welcome. All the new people that stopped in here, all the new people that are in here right now.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome to the stream, welcome to the channel. Nice to have you in here. Basically, what we're doing right now is we are looking at channels and we are giving tips on things that they can do to improve their channel. So what I recommend, if you're new to this and you haven't been a part of one of these streams before, one of the things that I recommend that you do is that you pull up your channel, and when you pull up your channel, basically have your channel open in a window and listen to what I'm showing on the screen in terms of the recommendations that I'm giving the people that I'm showing, and see how that applies to you. See if you're doing the same things or not. So that you can go ahead and make those changes to yours as well to give yourself that advantage here on YouTube. Yeah, we got a hashtag from We Own, hashtag when you had 50,000 subs. The good old days, right?
Back when you had 50,000.
Yeah. Wanda the Fam says, I've learned a lot from Dee and Nick. I want to thank you both very much. I really do appreciate you both, what you both put out for all of us. Yeah, our pleasure. We love doing it.
Yes.
Okay, so here for what just happened there? That was weird. All right, so here with Patty, it was almost like my screen just responded to something you did over there. That was weird.
Probably.
Okay, so Patty, we are on yours. We are going through. D, will you pull this down really quick?
Yeah, hold on
for me.
1 second here. Alrighty.
Okay, I just want to check here just to confirm because there was a specific request that she wanted. Let's see. I've been working really hard. Would like a fresh review. One question there. Should I separate? Okay, so we got that. So just a fresh review. Okay.
Northway Sages and Stories. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you can pull her back up.
All right. Up.
Okay. So as always, love the channel art. Love what you're doing here in your profile picture. I think that's great. You got your face in there and the instrument for the win.
Yeah.
I think this is smart here. Putting this, if people are searching for this,
yes.
I think that's really smart to also put as part of your channel name, and it identifies you when you're leaving comments in those communities as well.
Man, she's just been coming back and just dialing her channel in. I love it.
Keep in mind, just as a heads up to you, this might trigger. Like this is good, but on the flip side, this might trigger you being held for review if you have this in your name. So I would keep a really close eye. Maybe even experiment it. You know, go leave like 10 comments on 10 random videos, maybe in this specific niche, and then go in incognito mode and go and look at those same exact videos and see if your comment surfaces. If you see it, then don't worry about it. But if you don't see your comment, then I would take this out because you might be getting caught in some people's spam filters, because there's an option where you can turn the to where somebody leaves hashtags in the comments that it will automatically hold them for review, and this might trigger that. I'm not saying 100% that it will because I don't know, but it might. So I just want you to be mindful of that and test that and make that confirmation on if it does or does not, because you don't want to be leaving comments with that in there, because that's part of why you're putting that in there, right? Is so that you can pull attention to what it is that you're doing. So because of that, I would just double check that and make sure you're in the clear. Recording songs to make you smile, warm your heart. Fantastic description here on these. That is great. Chat about there.
Yeah, like these man, a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've changed your font, I think. Everything just looks a lot easier.
Yeah,
to
these
read.
are overall. These are like completely new.
Yeah.
Thumbs.
Nice and I like that. Nice and colorful.
Oops. Series not only would it be okay. One thing for you, just keep in mind in terms of trunication right here. You can see right here how they cut that off. So if you want to leave that in there for the description, that's cool. But I would just come here and I would hit return twice so that you can basically just start a new paragraph here with that one, so that when this is being displayed here on the channel page, so that it still looks attractive here, because this part right here, not only would it be like that's not serving a purpose for you right now. So I would basically just go here, hit return on your keyboard, and like in the actual settings for the description, hit return on your keyboard to get that farther down so that it doesn't display right there.
I really like those.
I'm curious.
Hold on. Colors.
So my favorite Christmas songs performed. Okay. Okay, so one thing that you might want to think about with these is, like in this case, right? You have some of my favorite Christmas songs performed on the array Beria. So like here in this case, right? Like people are looking for this. So let me see if Christmas songs. Okay, so people are sort of looking for that, but not a lot. Okay, you're already nailing that one. Fantastic. So like in this particular case right here, you've got this one, you've completely got this one owned, which is great. And this right here, this is why you do this, right? With your descriptions, and in terms of what I was getting ready to suggest is making sure that this was optimized for search, but you've already got it covered. Because you're the first ranking spot here with 5 of your videos in that first playlist. You actually own this. Right. So you own this, like the top 10 results are all you. So nailing it there. I'm actually curious. Do you own the whole term? Yeah, number 2 here. Fantastic. 3. Yeah, good. So yeah, you're owning this. So you're all over this one. So yeah, well done. Well done for you. So keep this in mind too, right? When you're making your thumbnails, like you're obviously doing well because you're in these spots right here. So I'm not sure, this is per my user history, and I've had your channel up, quite a bit. So I might be getting your channel might be taking preference based on how I use YouTube because your channel's been up here a lot. But what I would do is I would look at this in incognito mode, maybe grab some friends or some people that are not familiar with your channel and search for that and see where you come up, and then based on that, I would just look at the thumbnails and see, hey, how are my thumbnails? Do they stand out and things like that? But in this particular case, they absolutely do. For me personally, when this loads up, this without question, this draws attention for me because of the color. It definitely pulls a lot of attention to what's going on there.
Yes.
But yeah, well done on ranking that playlist also, by the way. It's vintage. Vintage Ray videos. These back in the day, way back for vintage Ray. Yeah, so I think you're fine. I definitely think you're fine. The main thing that I would change, which is this, it's not a game changer or anything, but the main thing that I would change would be to work on that playlist description just to make sure that it displays properly on your channel page. Channels about the rain release produced routes Bira. For me, yeah, your description there is good. Yeah, so all the way around. Yeah, you are okay. Let's go let's take this a little bit more. Let's start having some fun here on this one. Okay, so in this case, now that you've got that front end stuff taken care of, the next thing that I would do in your particular case is keep in mind that the people that are coming in here, they're probably, if you're making like instrumentals, people are listening to your music, then they might want to hear more of it. So because of that, I would make it even easier for them to find more, because right now, yes, you're the autoplay, which is great, right here. And I'm sure you're going to come up. Yeah, here you are here. Let's see here as I scroll down. Yeah, so you're in a few spots in your own suggested, which is great. But I would also start doing things. I don't know if you watched my new video on building a watch time trap, but I would also do things like here, to where you take one of your playlists that are directly related to this. So here you have The Greatest Showman, A Million Dreams Unique Instrumental. So any instrumentals that are related to this, to where the people that are listening to this would find it to be similar, to where it's like, hey, I liked this particular vibe of this particular song. If you have other songs like that, I would put them into a playlist. And then right here in the very top comment, I would leave your own comment that says, listen to something along the lines of, listen to a playlist of similar songs here. And then I would do that, and then I would put the playlist link here, right? So what you would do is you would put that there, and then over here on the side in your view, because it's your channel, you would see a little option after you leave that comment. You'd see a little option there to actually pin that comment. So that basically anybody that comes in, they listen to this as they're scrolling down the channel page, or as they're scrolling down the watch page, then they see this pinned comment that basically encourages them and tells them that this particular playlist is other similar songs, so that you can encourage them to go into that playlist and actually binge listen or binge watch those videos. Same exact thing here in your description. I would also put together playlists that make sense for this particular vibe of music, so to speak. And I would also put some of those playlist links in your description as well, with the recommendation to go check those out. And I would also put an auto subscribe link down here in your description as well, where you encourage people to subscribe to your YouTube channel. So hey, if you enjoyed it, remember to subscribe. Or just remember to subscribe by clicking this link with a little link. You can actually see in my description right now exactly how to do that. So those are the next thing that I would do, is I'd work on what you're doing in your descriptions. Now listen, because you already have these online and because they are already performing for you, any videos that are already performing for you, do not go back in and change the metadata for them, because they're already performing for you. You don't want to mess it up just so you can put some links in the description. But what you can do is you can go and you can pin those comments. You can pin those comments on every single one of these videos, right? So you can go in and every single video that you have, you can leave a pinned comment to where you're referring people to more and more of your videos. And when you do that, refer them to playlists. Okay.
I think you're frozen again.
With all of the songs in there. Yeah, I think I am.
Wonder why we're having problems with that.
So hopefully, I know that was like long-winded, and I know that was a lot of information, but hopefully that was helpful for you.
Wow, yeah. Weird.
Frozen again, or are we good now?
We're good now.
Okay.
Yeah, we apologize. We keeps freezing up on us here.
Yeah, so basically, just to kind of recap that, what I was saying is basically to pin your playlists and basically pin your playlists in your description or in your top comment, so that you can encourage more binge watches. And then when you start stacking up the watch time and taking people deeper into your content, especially going into playlists for something like this, I wouldn't send them into the chats. I would send them into the actual instrumentals for the people that are listening to them. And then for the people that are enjoying the chats, send them into chats, right? So keep it all relevant to what it is that they're actually watching. My pleasure, Hard Case. I'm glad you are getting value with those. Yeah, so Patty, if you watch my my newest video, it's about building a watch time trap that will help you in terms of basically recapping everything that I just said, but it's in a short video format.
That's a great video, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah. Instead of it being like a really long explanation like I just gave, it will just kind of takes all that I just said and kind of compresses it down to where you just have some actionable things that you can do. Next up on the list is the DGs.
What? Are we going to talk about that?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, hold on. I got to make sure of the name here that I can mention in 1 second. So, hold on. Okay. So, I can refer to her as Pam. So, if you remember, we did I don't even know how it got started, but you guys started going with like D memes. Mm-hmm. And you guys started making funny stuff. So in the Discord,
that was the last live stream, I think, wasn't it? The last one we did here.
2 ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway,
2 weeks ago.
So in the Discord, is there a link to the Discord down below?
Yep.
They're doing it there, and so some of them are really funny, and we're gonna start posting.
Hilarious, so funny, like gut splitting.
We're gonna start posting some of those. So Pam actually made the most D memes, and they're gut splitting and hilarious. So I'm going to share them with you. I'm going to share one with you today.
And this is the meme of the week.
This is the this is the D meme of the week. And I did stretch this out to fit, but yeah, it's called the BDs. Oh, so thank you, Pam. That one made me laugh quite a bit. And that would be the meme of the week.
Yeah, I think I actually spit out water when I saw that. Initially. It was hilarious.
Oh, there's some really good ones in there. Yeah. Very talented. Thank you, Pam.
All right.
Man, I laugh every time that she took the time to put my face on all 3 of them.
Right.
That's just brilliant.
And it looks hilarious.
And the funny thing is like that's what my chest looks like.
Deems.
Too.
They're not memes, they're deems. Weird Heather, that's awesome. They're deems.
Yeah.
Love it.
I've transcended on they're not
deems. They're deems.
They're deems, yeah. But that's what my chest actually looks like.
Dapper Dop in the house. What's going on, my man? Nice to see you in here.
Yeah. You need to rock that look full time. Yeah, we're gonna pull it up one more time. Yeah, so right?
I like the one on the right. The far right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
With like the shoulder length hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the one on the left.
Yeah.
He's got like a full, like a lion's mane almost.
Yeah. So funny.
Right? But it's the hairy, like what a style back in the day.
Yeah.
Right? That you could just like wear like open satin jackets and like just let your chest hair hang out.
Right.
How cool is that?
The good old days.
Yeah.
Okay, next up on the list we have Outlaws Generation. And we've got 29 minutes to count down for the hard stop. So Outlaws Generation.
Yeah, right.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Outlaws Generation. So Star Food Reviews, Outlaws Podcast, and what is this? James something Gaming. So the very first thing that I would do is I would think about I would consider focusing more. What I mean by that is like you're doing podcasts, you're doing food reviews, and then you're doing gaming on here. So what happens is when you put out, and you actually, your personality on this looks awesome, by the way, with the faces you're making on there.
Yeah.
But what happens is when you put out the food reviews, right? For the people that are into the food reviews, this is great. When you put out a gaming video, the people that have subscribed to your channel for the food reviews are less likely, except for the people that are coming in just because they love you, right? Because there's those people too. But for the majority, you have the people that subscribe, let's say either for this type of content or this type of content. When you put these out, what happens is the crowd that subscribed for the food reviews, we're going to call them blue, these people right here, when you upload this video, they're less likely to click on it. And basically, when they're less likely to click on it, that basically tells YouTube that the people, even that they're sending the notifications out to, are not clicking on that content. And the same exact thing happens in reverse, to where you say, okay, well, you know, most of the people subscribe for this one. And then when you put out the food reviews, then they're less likely to click on the food reviews. So, or, you know, either or. But what happens is you're kind of breaking that continuity with your audience, and you're trying to serve two different audiences here, possibly three, depending on what you're talking about in your podcasts. So because of that, my big recommendation to you would be to just to focus on one, either food reviews or the gaming for this channel, and then break it down from there, right?
Hybrid helps. Have a good one, brother.
And actually, I'm looking at this right now, and it looks like you might be doing that already. Maybe you're pulling this gaming thing in from another. Oh, no, you do have it here. Okay. Okay, yeah, so you are mixing the games in there and some like WWE stuff. Yeah, so here it looks like you're doing like a bunch of different stuff, right? And like it's awesome that you've been able to gain they've been able to gain almost 4,500 subscribers on here. But I would really focus, and if you focused on the type of content that you're putting out and you're saying, okay, well, from this day forward on this channel, I'm just going to put out, you know, whichever content performs best for you, then what's going to happen is you're going to, you'll accelerate what's going on here.
Dollar Dude in the house.
What's up, Dollar Dude? And the reason for that is because a bunch of different things. One is, if you are, let's say that a majority of your people are subscribed, a majority of your viewers are subscribed for the food reviews, right? Just as an example. Then for those people, what's going to happen is, one, you upload, you know, your food review videos, they're going to be more likely to come in and watch both of these, right? You're going to increase your likelihood there. Two, you're also going to increase your chances of people binge watching your content.
Dude, your doodles.
Because what happens, yeah, I'm a professional doodler. Because what happens,
those look like coconuts,
is when you are uploading things like this, right? Then what happens is you're reducing your likelihood of people coming in and binge watching stuff, right? Of course, they can binge watch, you know, when you're setting up your playlist and things like that. But like right here in your channel page, you're creating a disconnect. Me, for example, right? I'll use myself as an example. If I came to your channel and I said, hey, you know, these food reviews are awesome, right? I love his personality when he's doing the food reviews. And then I see that you're doing gaming content. For me personally, D, let me know your thoughts on this. And,
yes.
And let me know in the chat what you think also. You know, everybody in the chat right now, let me know your thoughts on this. But for me personally, if I saw these food reviews and I was here for the food reviews and then I saw a gaming thing on here because I'm not into Fortnite,
right?
If I saw this on here, I would not subscribe to your channel. I know it sounds petty, but there's so many options on YouTube that I don't need to subscribe to people's channels. So
the only exception to that would be is if I was into gaming and food reviews.
Right. Absolutely, right. Right. This specific game.
Right.
And, yeah, and food reviews.
Otherwise, no, it would turn me off.
Right, me too. And I personally wouldn't subscribe. Like even me, okay, because I'm into games. I like playing Grand Theft Auto, right? So like even if this was a Grand Theft Auto video, I still wouldn't, because if I came in for the food reviews and I really liked your food reviews, and let's say I didn't really care about how you played GTA, right? Maybe I thought that, you know, I just didn't like the way that you went about it. Or let's just say that I enjoyed your food reviews more than anything, and I just don't like watching people play the games. I like to play it myself instead, right? Then what you're doing is you're creating that disconnect for me as a viewer. So I personally strongly recommend that you pick something and that you focus on running that type of content instead of diluting what's going on with your channel here with mixing it up like that. Another thing, just in terms of best practices, make sure that you are using your playlist descriptions, which you are. It looks like on most of these. But I would definitely go through and double check those. Same thing applies here, right? Like, you know, in terms of focusing, like let's say that you're doing your food reviews again, then like as I'm scrolling down your food or scrolling down your page, what I'm looking at this, I'm saying, okay, if I'm here for the food reviews and I see the game, okay, that one's not out. Okay, thanking me for 4,000 subscribers, that's cool. I'm into food reviews. I'm not into the whole, subscriber thing. Just as I'm just saying theoretically here, I'm not into the subscriber thing, so that one doesn't really apply. But I understand that YouTubers do it, so because of that, I'm not going to really worry about that one. But the gaming one, I'm off. So popular uploads, WWE. I don't watch WWE, so that one's out. Oh, hey, here's a food review. Maybe I'll watch that. Outlaws Generation, I don't even know what this is because it doesn't really tell me what that is. I have to understand. I have to know what Joey's World Tour is here for this one to even get what that is. So I like all of these would turn me off in terms of subscribing to your channel. That if I was into the food reviews. Here we're good there. Let's see here. Spoilers, Outlaws podcast. Here, I might even give this one a little bit of slack because it's a podcast. I might think to myself, hey, well, he's got his food reviews up here. Here's a podcast that he does. I'm not really sure what the podcast is about, but I'm not going to let that skew my decision as I'm scrolling down the page. More WWE stuff. I don't care. Oh, hey, GTA. Look at that. That's cool. Right? Got my interest there. Baseball game. Don't care. Donkey Kong. Don't care. Actually, I do. But
Donkey Kong. Of course you care.
Let's see here. Then more food stuff. So like, as you can see, like, rolling down the page, there's just so many different types of content here that you're not zeroing in on a specific audience, right? You're just making kind of like a hodgepodge of stuff for a bunch of different people. And by doing that, you're limiting your potential in terms of what can happen with your channel, because when you have your channel and everything on the channel is directly related to what the people are into that are coming into your channel and watching the specific videos, you're increasing the likelihood of those people watching more of your content, right? And you also increase the likelihood of your channel becoming their resource for that type of content. And when it becomes their resource for that type of content, then that's when people start sharing your stuff more and they start tweeting you out more and things like that. So my biggest recommendation for you, I mean, there's a lot of things going on here. Like, you definitely need to get some branding together with your thumbnails and just your artwork and everything. Just a consistent brand with colors and fonts and, the overall design styles and stuff. I definitely recommend that. But at the very top of the list, and in my opinion, on what you need to work on would be to focus in on the type of content that you're making. That's pretty long-winded.
Yeah, it was a long
one. Let's see here. Nick, I just love you. All types of other related stuff. Start now by subscribing and hitting the bell icon so you don't miss anything. Yeah, feel free to use that. Just modify it to your use there, Weon. Let's see here. Once Upon a Mommy says, I think he should let the food reviews go. Maybe stick to gaming. Met him like a month ago. Needs more subs. So needs more subs is saying, I wish my region could get it together and have YouTube meetups. Be that person. If you want your region to get it together and have YouTube meetups, be that person, man. Start creating YouTube meetups. I guarantee you, if you are YouTubing in your area, I guarantee you there's somebody else that you probably don't know yet that is also YouTubing in your area. So what you want to do in that case, if you want to have YouTube meetups, be the person. Organize it. Organize a YouTube meetup. Post it in Craigslist. Post it in Facebook groups and different things around your area. Make a specific Facebook group for that meetup and start hosting meetups yourself. And just say, hey, it's a get together. We're going to talk about, have like a purpose for it. Say we're going to talk about, a specific aspect of your YouTube channels, or we're just going to meet up to meet other YouTubers in the area and just start from there and see what it morphs into.
Got a question.
Yeah.
This one comes from Vingin.
Okay.
Right? He says, let's say you're making a video, a movie review maybe, the best Star Wars movie ever, maybe the Han Solo movie, and you want to use movie stills or scenes from the movie as B-roll or a thumbnail. How do you deal with the copyright situation? It seems a lot of YouTubers are monetizing and using copyright photos and videos. What would you recommend doing?
Technically, they're leaning on fair use when they're doing that. And when they lean on fair use, basically, the reason that they're doing that is that they are willing to put themselves out there and possibly have to argue in court that they are using that content through the protection of fair use.
Right.
Now, the good thing with fair use is that it does kind of open those doors. The bad thing about fair use is there's no, like, this 100% is fair use, right? Like, that isn't there.
There's no exact definition that says you're in the clear.
Right. So it can be defined based on how good or bad your lawyer is and how good or bad their lawyer is. So because of that, I personally recommend to people to only use like original content. I've made the mistake before of using on another channel of using clips from movies and stuff like that, and I've since taken that video down, which sucked because I loved that video. But you know, it's really important to think long term in terms of, you know, if I'm putting this stuff out here now, then, you know, is this something that can come back to haunt me later? And other things that you don't know is some of those channels, like some of the really big channels, like they might actually get licensing agreements with some of these movie companies,
right,
to where they can actually get permission to use that footage as well, instead of just taking it and using it.
And here's another thing about fair use. YouTube doesn't care if it's fair use or not. So if somebody comes and they file against you and say, hey, we own this image, YouTube is going to remove the content. Basically,
right?
They're going to remove it, and then it's up to you at that point to actually go and talk to the person who holds the license to try to work it out with them so you can use it or not. They're just going to pull it. They're going to yank it.
Yeah,
yeah.
J3B digging in Canada. Let's see here. So on yours,
hey Travis MCP, Andrew Edwards is coming to our meetup today. Very cool, man. Tell him we said hey.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, very cool. El Jefe, sup guys? Glad you gents are back in the saddle again. Just a quick super chat to troll the NIMMINATI haters. Love you guys. Keep doing what you do. Thank you, boss. We appreciate it, my man.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, boss.
All right, so on yours, the very first thing that I would recommend that you do here is here where you have the vertical playlist. I would turn that to a horizontal playlist.
And I just want to say that
right out of the gate,
El Jefe takes care of the NIMMINATI haters.
He does. Yeah, we got him rolling around with like bats. He might, yeah. Come, if you're a hater of the NIMMINATI, El Jefe might show up at your doorstep.
Yeah, don't get too accustomed to keeping your knees.
Right. That's funny. Oh, I love it. But yeah, so these right here, I definitely make these a horizontal playlist. I like what you're doing in terms of making these recognizable, just like before. You know, I love that you have the character of you in the thumbnails, and then you have, you know, those other identifying features. I think that's good. Yeah, definitely make that horizontal to start with. Here, uploads, electronic fence challenge. Electronic fence. Okay, yeah, that's a thing, so that's good.
Did you freeze again?
No. Oh, maybe I did, yeah.
Oh, man, come on.
Frozen again. Frozen. Yeah. Okay, so as I scroll down your channel page while he's working on that, metal detecting Canada, metal detecting silver, gold, and more. That totally works. Metal detecting silver, gold, and more. Oh, okay, because you're breaking it down by year. That is good. That works.
I wonder why we keep freezing here. Okay, you're back.
Okay. It's best I recover and preserve history. Yeah,
yeah, I know. We're frozen. We're having some technical difficulties on the screen sharing. Yeah, El Jefe is a NIMMINATI secret weapon. You got it. Breaking them knees.
Let's see here. Electronics, Twitter. I'll take another channel grow. Oh, awesome, man. Thank you for having me in your description. I appreciate it. Dude, you go to heaven, watch this video for sure. Okay, I think this is cool how you're recommending another video here, but I would also recommend putting other playlists down here in your description as well. Like I was telling Patty before, just for the sake of for the people that come down into the descriptions to have something else for them. Of course, you know, putting your affiliate links in here, that's definitely good. But you also want to give them other things that they can click on to go watch more of your content. And just as a heads up, and I don't see it in here, let me confirm. I'm going to scroll up the page here. Yeah, also make sure that you are using your affiliate disclaimer here in your description. So if you're linking out to Amazon here, or you're linking out to these different places, like even to yours, let's see here, because I see your redirect token down there. So this is an affiliate link. So yeah, for anything that you are linking out as an affiliate, you need to have an affiliate disclaimer in your description, just as a heads up. Like what you're doing here as well. I would also recommend that you put a playlist link here as well. So like if people come and they watch this, then I would put something relevant to this video down here as a pinned comment in your comment section as well.
Stanley Orchard says, I'm waiting anxiously for the day I start getting haters. That should be a badge and two, buddy. Your first troll.
Oh, that would be awesome. To where you can just mark it
like a milestone.
Yeah, you just mark it yourself.
Yeah.
First troll. Bam.
Got it.
Success.
You're on your way. Yeah. You're on your way.
That's awesome. Okay, CBM reviews. Comic books, movie reviews, comic book con footage, trailer reactions, comic book movie theories, nerd culture news. Fantastic. CBM reviews. I like that you have all your pictures in there. That's also good. So a couple things real quick. To start with, I would definitely make sure that you are currently not sending people off of platform unless there's a greater benefit to you sending them off platform. As an example, if it's more important to you to grow your Facebook or Twitter, definitely send them off. If it's more important for you to grow your YouTube right now, then I would try to keep them on YouTube as much as humanly possible at this point in time. I like what you're doing with your thumbnails. You're creating a nice recognizable look there. Good YouTube face that you got going on there. Some pretty, attractive looking thumbnails in terms of how they look and in terms of the, like just the recognizable people for your channel and all that stuff. Good all the way around there. As a heads up, in your playlist settings, you can add descriptions to your playlists. And from all the channel reviews that I've done and different clients that I've worked with for consulting, I can tell you that in most cases, when people are not using the descriptions, they're also not marking the playlists as series playlists, which is hurting them. So when you go in to add these descriptions, you also want to click on the button that says playlist settings and make sure that you are marking each one of these series as a series playlist. So when you do that, they're more likely, each video in the series is more likely to get suggested next to the other videos in this series. Another thing that you want to keep in mind is in terms of best practices for YouTube and just SEO in general. Right now you have CBM reviews. You have your channel name at the front, and then you have The Last Jedi at the back. You actually want to put whatever it is that you're trying to rank your video for up here at the front, and then any identifying information, you want to put that back here at the back. So in this particular case, the identifying information would be CBM reviews, and the thing that you're trying to actually rank for or get attention to is The Last Jedi, which would be up here in the front. So there's something called SEO, which basically stands for search engine optimization here on YouTube.
Aren't you a smart fella?
And just on Google and just the internet in general. And basically what that is it's when I go to the search box up here and I say The Last Jedi, right? What I'm seeing right here on my screen is YouTube is suggesting to me in the order that people search in terms of the search volume, right? They're telling me that people search for The Last Jedi trailer more than they search for The Last Jedi scene, okay? So in your particular case, since this is a review, right, down here, you're doing CBM reviews, The Last Jedi. So in terms of search engine optimization, it would be best to make this The Last Jedi review if that's the type of video that you're doing. And now we're going to take it even further, and we're going to say, depending on how you do your reviews, you could make it a Last Jedi review compilation. We could make it a Last Jedi review rant. We could be giving spoilers, the IGN, and so on, to where you can see all the different options here that people are putting in order to find those reviews, right? Yeah, and you can see if you just go through the alphabet here, right, then you can see all the different ways that people are searching for this stuff. And basically, at the very most basic element of it, if you start building out your titles based on these things that people are searching for, this is going to help you get discovered in search in addition to any suggested traffic that you happen to be tapping into currently. And also, when you're doing this, this also can help you tap into more suggested traffic, because when you are optimizing your titles correctly, then you can also be connected next to other people that are optimizing their titles correctly as well, because it basically tells YouTube that, hey, this is exactly what this video is about, right? So very first thing for you is basically work on your SEO. That stands for search engine optimization. Basically what you want to look for is you want to look for videos on how to rank your videos for search. There is a content creator. He's a really good friend of mine. His name is Brian G. Johnson.
Brian G. Johnson.
I really recommend that you go and you watch his videos on how to rank videos for search. I also recommend that you watch Brian Dean on how to rank videos for search as well, and that'll give you some really good insight into how to get your videos in front of more people using search. And for your type of content, it's fantastic for that. Also, make sure that you are using your descriptions and that you have these marked as series playlists. So, D, if you'll take this down here real quick, and then I had a couple more super chats come in. I'm going to make sure that I pull them up.
Okay.
And
guys, the super chats are closed, by the way.
Yes. Yeah, if you want to put that up on the screen.
Yeah, I'm going to put that
graphic
up on the
there.
Super chats are closed, so anything that comes on or anything that comes in after this, it is just a donation.
Yeah.
Thank you. Dan from Creator Fundamentals, how's it going?
What's up, Dan? Nice to see you in here. Okay, next up on the list, we have Cafe Stiflerd. I love that, Stiflerd. So I guess that's from the American Pie, Stifler.
No,
hilarious.
Stifler, yeah.
Stiflerd?
Stifler's mom.
Yep, that's funny.
That was a brilliant movie.
It was so funny. Okay, so Minecraft community management tips and tools, server owners, YouTubers, game creators, fantastic. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Super clear, easy to understand, easy to read, and I also like that you mixed in the little Minecraft dude here. It's really a great touch.
Really like that header.
Yeah, I do too. Looks great. As we're scrolling down the page here, so
30-day reviews. What's up, man?
What's up, man? So one thing that I would do in your particular case is you are you have this person in your featured channels over here. I would also add, and this is something I don't talk about a lot, but just something to bring to your attention for everybody in the chat here, just to give you something new, is I would also add to your featured channels over here other channels that are similar to yours. Two things: one, that can help you be associated with other channels. Two, that can also be something cool and be a door that you can open to work with other creators. What I mean by that is, if somebody comes to your channel page and let's say that you have other people, let's say that you put channels over here, you don't want to just put channels that have like millions of subscribers over here. You want to put channels that are relatively close to you, some big, some small, some bigger, some smaller, just kind of mix it up, right? People that you actually like, that make the same type of content that you make. And in addition to the association, this can also be cool in terms of opening doors to where somebody comes to your channel and they see that they're over here in your featured channels. And they're like, oh, hey, that's cool, and then they shoot you a message and they say, hey, thanks for putting me in your featured channels. And then that opens the conversation to actually work with that creator, via collaboration, or just, generate a new friend for you that's also into the same type of content that you do.
So Wyon says, D, what's your favorite color? I don't know if I have a favorite color, but I like a dark gray. I like an oxblood red, and I love teal.
Teal's a good color.
And of course, I like black, matte black.
Teal's a good color.
Yeah, I love teal. It's hard to pick one good color, though. Like
it is.
Yeah.
It's such a commitment.
Yeah. Yeah.
So many good colors out there.
Yeah. Whoa.
What?
Beanie Battles. I forgot Beanie started a new gaming channel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Go Beanie.
He just gave us $2.
Nice. Thank you, Beanie. Yeah, I'll pull his up here in a second.
Yep. That was the last one.
Yeah, so we're at 5 minutes until the hard cut. So I think we might end up going a couple of minutes over. But let's see here. So we have this one here where we have your thumbnails. I think your thumbnails also look good. Some of these are a little bit difficult to read, especially like this one right here as an example, like the smaller text there. Some of these are difficult to read, so make sure that you're previewing these on a small or on like a mobile device or just at a small size so you can make sure that people can read these at a glance. Because the idea of putting text on a thumbnail is so that you make it easier to understand what's happening in the video. So if you're going to be using text on your thumbnail, make sure that it's easy to read.
Beanie Battles. That's so great.
That's a cool name. Yeah. See your popular uploads. Good.
Yes, I'll have a matte black everything. Exactly. If I can matte black like cars, motorbikes.
My bike's matte black. Yeah, I've got the green on there too, but the actual black part, it's matte black. Yeah.
Like helmets, everything, just matte black.
Yeah. I used to have a matte black helmet until I got the white one.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm due for a new helmet anyway, so I might pick up a matte. I might pick up a matte black one to match the bike.
So you can take the gloss on there, those helmets, and you can take like steel wool, and you can dull it down.
Oh, nice! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day. That's what they say.
Yep.
Okay, so here, let's see here, follow Minecraft. Let's play serious stuff. Okay, so here in this particular situation also, like using this, like if you're not streaming these, which you might be, but no, it doesn't look like it. But if you're not streaming these, then I would also make some type of variation here in these, in this particular thumbnail set. Good. Yeah, overall, in terms of like best practices and stuff, I think you're okay. Just in your case, I would mess with the featured channels. I would add some people there that you respect, that you would like to work with, that also make similar content to your own, so that you can get associated with those people, or at the very least give it that chance to help you make a cool introduction to people. Yeah, that's all good. Let me go to your descriptions. Yeah, in your situation too, I would also, link to more videos down here in your description. You have some here, learn how we set it up here and that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's good. But I would also put a playlist down here, maybe 2 playlists as well. And yeah, this is good here. Yeah, and when you're doing these, it would also be good if you could also put an additional playlist right here as well that they could go. Because the idea basically here is to get them watching more of your content. So watch more of your content. They come in to watch one video. You have all of these different options to encourage them to watch more. Okay, good there. Yeah, good. So yeah, those are my main tips for you. Here on this one, Sir Sefrican's videos every other day for you. That's fantastic. Love the look and all of that. It looks great. However, it doesn't tell me anything about what it is that you're doing on your channel. So the very first thing that I would do for you is I would make it clear what is actually happening on your channel, because it's cool that you have your name on here, and it's cool that you're letting people know your upload schedule, but it doesn't say anything about what type of content that you make. As an example, if I watch this and then I come to your channel page, I don't have anything that's right in my face telling me that you make more of this type of content. It might have just been a one-off video. You might make variety content and so on. So it's important to let people know that you have an entire channel around that type of content.
So he would say gaming videos every day for you, or daily gaming videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It also looks, oh no, maybe not, because you're putting the text on there. So keep in mind the timestamp in terms of the text that you're using on your thumbnails. If you're going to use text on your thumbnails, you want to make sure that it's not being covered up by the timestamps and other features here, like the watch more and things like that. I would also recommend with your thumbnails that you do something in addition to just having a screenshot. Maybe you like cut something out, or just try to add some type of like real design, something that's unique to your thumbnails, because that'll help you stand out. It'll help you get more attention, which is important. It's what you're going for. So yeah, so for yours, the very first thing I would start with is what's going on in your channel art. And I like that you're using the same type of text down here. I think that's cool. But I definitely think that your thumbnails need some work in terms of just making them more attractive and making them something that's a little bit more interesting. Because as an example, let's see here, Cuisine Royale. Let me see what other people are doing. Yeah, like this right here. Like, look at that. Boom.
You froze again.
Did I?
Man.
Yeah, like,
this is...
Yeah, I was basically just giving an example of a great thumbnail. But yeah, so basically your thumbnails definitely need work, and it needs to be clear what it is that you are doing on your channel. And next up here, we have the UK.
All right, you're back,
folks. Okay, so Izog Adventure touring the UK and beyond. That is awesome. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
I love that you have your pictures up here. I think that's fantastic.
Yep.
I would also put you here as well, so that when you're leaving comments and stuff on YouTube, so that people can see that there's people, that there's actually people in it, that there might be personalities behind the channel. I would definitely do that. Trip. Just want a quick scroll here to see what you got. Okay, so I would move your uploads up here to the top, so it keeps your most recent content, pumping out right up here at the top. That'll help you drive views to that content, and it lets people know, when your last video was, which is definitely good. I'm not sure how much content that you have, and I haven't had to say this one yet on this stream today, which is great. You don't have a ton. But I would definitely get more of this content onto your channel page. So just how you're adding these playlists here, I would add more so that you can showcase more of your content on your channel page. You get 10 spots, I would use them all. Another thing as well, I like the text that you have up here. I think that's cool. I like what you're doing here. But down here, you're using like a bunch of different kinds of texts in your thumbnails. So one thing that I would do for the sake of just creating a consistent visual brand is I would definitely use the same fonts and styles in your thumbnails so that you can create that recognizable visual brand. Because, you know, like having this on here is cool, but if you can reinforce it all with how you're doing everything in your thumbnails, then that's for the bigger win. I would also test your thumbnails too. Like I'd be curious to know, like in this one here, right? Like European motorhome tour, driving in Italy, like here, like you have like a lot of the sky. Like I would be interested to see, like in this particular example right here, like a small RV versus an RV that takes up the entire screen with no text on it. Maybe even cut out with like something cool going on in the background or like a different effect on the background picture or something like that. But I would definitely experiment with your thumbnails too. Okay, here, I would also reformat this, so keep this, but I would also put another line up here that says something about what it is that you're actually doing for the viewer. So, you know, like follow us on our on our tours through the UK and beyond, or you know, see the coolest sites in the UK and beyond, or something like that. So that when people share this out on social media, so that it's geared towards them, so that you can also generate those additional clicks from social media. Like, because as an example, you get, I think it's the first 152 characters now. They shrunk it, or they reduced it. But if somebody shares this out on Twitter, then they'll see like the first 152 characters of this description. So you want to make sure that you're maximizing what they're going to see there. If you're not getting a lot of shares right now, it's not that big of a deal, except for the fact that every person counts. But once you start generating a lot more shares, then it's definitely going to start counting. So that is what I would do for you in terms of the tips. And now we are going to get into the trivia portion, and we're going to do
Beanie.
Oh yeah. Let me grab Beanie real quick. Take this down.
You got to pull up the Beanie battles. So for those of you who are just joining in, or maybe you're new, so what just happened is we did channel reviews based on people who super chatted. They basically get bumped to the front of the line. And it's okay if you didn't use a super chat or if you didn't give a super chat, because what's going to happen now is we're going to do it based on trivia. We're going to ask a question. Questions were submitted to us by moderators. And then the first person to answer the question correctly, and it has to be spelled correctly too, gets their channel pulled up. Yeah, and we're going to do 2 of those. I have 2 of these right here as well. So if you want to pull this up, D. Okay. And yeah, so right here we have 2 more super chat. Yeah, so we have Beanie, and then this one also that I overlooked. So random fandom discussions, the movie Pie, detailed movie reviews every week with Trey McAvell. Okay, so a few things here. One, if you're going to put yourself in the channel art, I would move you over here, right, so that they're still seeing you on a mobile device. This looks cool. A little difficult to read, but it looks cool. I see what you're doing with that. I think it looks cool, though. But yeah, I would definitely move you over into here somewhere with the design. And I would even modify this a little bit, because there's so much emphasis on this thing right here. And I get it. You got the M in there. Like, I see what you're doing. But there's so much emphasis on this to where, you know, the highlight should be on like this and on this, right? Like, these are the most important aspects of what's going on here. And then, of course, you know, putting you in there as well. So I'd rework your channel art just a little bit. Love your thumbnails. Oh yeah, I think these look great. I like that you have yourself in here as well. Now, like on this, right, you have like, what is it? And you have like your logo, and you have part 1. This doesn't really say much about like what's going on. I'm not sure. Here, let me click on this one so I can see what's actually risky click of the day. Yeah, risky click of the day. Okay, detailed movie review system.
Yeah, so like this right here, what is their view system? Okay, so basically like what you're doing is you're putting a bunch of uploads of like what you're going to be doing on the channel. Like I would just start doing what it is that you're going to be doing on the channel.
Wyone asks, what's the age difference between us?
4 years.
4 years. 4 long. You know what? Those are 4 glorious years, actually.
For Mom?
For me.
Oh, yeah, for Mom and you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then here comes me.
Yeah, it was like 4...
ruining everything.
It was like 4 years, and it was just like, you know, partying, and like we were hanging out, chilling. And then it was
doing
like,
4-year-old stuff,
doing
3-year-old
4-year-old
stuff, 2-year-old stuff.
And I was like, what do you mean I've got a brother coming? Changed everything.
So I would focus less on doing like, you know, what it is that you are going to be doing and focus more on actually putting out the content that you're going to be putting out, because, you know, like all the explanations and stuff like that, like it's not really adding much to what's going on. If you're going to use it as your channel trailer, then yes, that's a great fit. Like this one right here. What is it? It's your channel trailer. Perfect. Nailed it. But these other ones, not really that much value involved there. I guess you could just add these to your channel trailer, or, you know, you might be linking these or whatever. So that's fine to do it that way. But I would just focus less on this kind of stuff. I hope that you're done with that particular part of the series.
Hey, Hillbilly Boys, thank you. It says, hope you guys are great. Have a beer on me.
All right. Thank you.
Pabst Blue Ribbon, perhaps?
All right. Hillbilly Boys, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, Hillbilly Boys.
Peace and everyone. This playlist contains all the movie pie episodes that I post on the channel.
He's probably just like a hillbilly boy. I don't think he's posting as a gang.
I think there's more than one people in the videos. More than one person in the videos.
But do you think they're all sitting around the computers right now?
Oh, no. Yeah.
Get that internet on.
Same thing here with you and your description. I would also definitely make sure that you are gearing this towards the people that would see this when it gets shared out on social media. That first 152 characters is very important. So you're just starting out, I'm going to subscribe to you too, so I can see, keep an eye on what's going on.
Hillbilly Boy. God, I love that name. Yeah,
so as you start putting out more content, let me confirm that you don't have a bunch of content already. Yeah, because you're just getting started. So, okay, so here's what I'm going to tell you. Your thumbnails look great. You're the colors and stuff that you're using are all fantastic. But one thing that I would do is I would do variations, since like if you're doing this stuff yourself and you're putting these together yourself, you're doing a fantastic job. But one thing that I would do is I would test these thumbnails and make sure that that these thumbnails are working for you the best way that they can, because they look great, but just make sure that they're effective.
Half blind gamer, thank you, but you look at the notice there on the top, buddy. Yeah, we've ended the super chats.
Beanie Battles, escape reality through gaming. Love the channel art. I think that looks awesome.
Holy cow, that looks great. Is there where's the dinosaur?
Right here.
Oh, there it is.
Yep. Yeah, looks fantastic, Beanie. Looks great. And of course, I'm subscribing to this one. Click the bell too. So yeah, this looks awesome, Beanie. Fantastic, man. One thing that I would do though is you're bringing over what you're doing on your other channel here, which is cool. But if you're going to go with the blue here, like, you know, you can even keep this stuff, but I would transfer the branding of what you're doing up here down into your thumbnails as well. You're really good at that. You nailed it on your other channel. So I would just take what it is that you're doing here and basically transfer that similar look down into your down into these as well.
How's it going, Christopher Womack?
All right, let's get some trivia. Get some trivia popping off.
Gonna get some trivia popping off right
Yeah,
here.
Dollar Dude says that might be the best channel art ever. It's definitely the most epic. We'll go ahead and say that for sure.
It is epic.
Yeah, we've got the GTA. We've got GTA in here. We've got dinosaurs and a controller. Yeah, definitely epic.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull this back out. Let me look at it again. Close your chat there.
Yeah, definitely epic.
Yeah, man, really cool. Good job, Beanie. Okay, today's trivia question. Okay, this one comes from Doug Hewson YT, one of the moderators. Question is, which Japanese company built the Zero Fighter used in the attack on Pearl Harbor?
Interesting. What's a Zero Fighter?
Airplane, I guess. Which Japanese company built the Zero Fighter used in the attack on Pearl Harbor? Fascinating. All right, half blind gamer, that's cool. Just remind us next week. Which Japanese company built the Zero Fighter used in the attack on Pearl Harbor? Make sure you guys are on live chat and not top chat, so you get it in there quick. And the spelling is important on this one. Yes, live chat is needed for trivia. Exactly.
Yes.
Cricket.
Jiggy family, love you too.
Hey, love. Oh, there
Mitsubishi?
It goes. Yep. Christian Ready. Mitsubishi's the answer.
All right, Christian Ready. We've got you here.
We have a winner. Pull them up. You ready?
All right, Christian Ready. Launchpad Astronomy, exploring the universe. Fantastic. Good there. Good there. Making it clear here. That's good. You've got a consistent look and feel going here. Excellent. One thing with your titles, I would definitely go longer tail. What I mean by that is if you're trying to rank these in search so that you can pull in search traffic for these, you're going to need to come up with a more strategic way to title these. So as an example, like I'm not sure exactly what the video is about, but instead of just doing comments, which is going to be really hard to rank for, you can see other options that you have here that you would be able to title this video as. So like comments video might still be hard to rank for. Let's see here. Let's do like comments. About comments in space.
Nicole Bryan, we have you as number 2. I'm looking at you right here. I've got you as second.
Like about comments in space as an example. About comets, asteroid, meteors. You know, something like that. Facts about comets, superstitions about comets and meteors. Like if you start framing your stuff around these sorts of things, then you're going to increase your chances of discovery a lot. Because like as an example, just comets, asteroid, and rings is going to be really difficult to rank for. If these are high volume terms, as I'm guessing they are. But if they are, then these things are going to be really difficult to rank for in comparison to the longer tail keywords. But yeah, so the very first thing I would do for you is work on your titles. Also, remember in terms of best practices, you did it on this one right here with the description, but I would also make sure that you're doing it here. The reason for this, especially with your type of content, is when you optimize your playlist correctly, you are also increasing your chances of these ranking in search and your actual playlist being suggested elsewhere, and you're also increasing your chances of YouTube actually like using that playlist also. So I would definitely start making sure that as part of your best practices, like your personal to-do list, every time you make a playlist, go ahead, add a description to it, go ahead and mark that as a series playlist. If you are not marking these as a series playlist now, I would go in and do that literally right now. You know, like whichever ones are directly related to each other, mark those as a series so that, you know, it's going to increase your ability to get those binge watches. Very good here. That's fantastic. Very smart thing to do there. Telescopes playlist, fantastic. So here, what I would do is I would change this instead of Telescopes playlist. I would change this to something like you know, watch more telescope videos or something along those lines. Because and I know this sounds elementary, and it probably sounds elementary to you as well, but here you're taking advantage, or not taking advantage, but you're assuming that everybody knows what the playlists are here on YouTube and how they work by saying that it's a Telescopes playlist. So because of that, I would make this super simple and say something like, you know, watch more telescope videos here, or learn more about telescopes here, or something along those lines, instead of just identifying it as a Telescopes playlist. Yeah, like how you have here, more telescope videos, that's perfect. So just something along those lines, just so it makes sense. Like, even though like these are space videos, right? Still kind of build this stuff, and I learned this from D a long time ago, still build this stuff for the lowest common denominator, so to speak. Maybe somebody that either doesn't know how the platform works in terms of the playlist, maybe somebody that doesn't have a really strong grasp on English to where they don't really know what a playlist is, you know, through the translation, like that kind of stuff. So just try to make it real easy to understand when you're putting those additional calls to action in there. And even with these also, like here, you know, like in your comments one, definitely make sure that you're adding playlists to here. And also because it's space related, so I would even do to where you have like your like a comments playlist, and I would also do like a couple other playlists as well. Because I you know, like just the way that I do space content, I'm actually going to subscribe to yours also. But the way that I do space content is I start binge watching, and I end up getting really deep into space channels. So so with that, I would definitely put other links, description links to either specific videos that people should watch or specific playlists that people should watch, so that you can generate those watch time traps there, and make sure on all of your videos that you're pinning suggested videos as well. Next.
Okay. Next trivia question. Let's see here.
Yeah, Christian, it'll definitely be replayed. This is going to be available. So what I would do, like right now, as an example, we are 3 minutes and 17 seconds on my clock. So you'll want to go back into the stream, maybe look about the 3 minutes and 15, or the 3 hours. Sorry, the 3 hour and 15 minute mark. That might bring you to. It'll at least be in that range, just to kind of give you a little bit of a range on where you can find it.
Hey, Richie Dalton, how you doing? Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, next trivia question. This one's pretty easy if you're into movies. And if we're doing a movie trivia, you can pretty much guess whose question this is.
Yeah, Car Galaxy Studios.
That's right. Okay.
Hey, this is interesting really quick before you do that.
Yeah.
So Lily Tree said, I've started avoiding videos with words in caps. It seems to always end up being clickbait. Keep that in mind, folks.
So Christopher Womack just asked that question, that if writing in all caps is better.
Oh, okay. That might be why she mentioned that.
Yeah. I don't think it's better. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, I don't know what the best practices are for that. I think they say don't.
Yeah, YouTube in the Creator Academy, they say don't do that.
Yeah. But like if it's like a focus word, it doesn't bother me. But if it's like all caps, I'm not clicking.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I do, but 99% of the time I don't.
Right.
It has to be an awesome thumbnail, or I have to already know the creator. If I know, like I know Roberto uses caps a lot, but I know Roberto brings the heat with his content.
Right.
So because of that, I'll watch it. I don't care how he does his titles.
Yeah, there's absolutely exceptions.
Yeah.
But I like, focus words and caps, but all caps I avoid it. Okay, trivia question is, who directed the movie Terminator 2 Judgment Day? This is pretty easy.
Nice.
Who directed the movie Terminator 2 Judgment Day?
My pleasure, Christian.
Who directed the movie Terminator 2 Judgment Day? Self-publishing with Dale says all caps seem needy.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Desperate almost.
Yes.
Cyber Times LLC, have a good time with your daughter.
Yep. Needs more subs. James Cameron, you nailed it.
Boom.
We've got a winner.
Didn't we pull up Needs More Subs already?
Not today. Several weeks ago, I think.
Okay, finding quality small YouTube channels for you. So let me change the color because that red is definitely not going to work.
We have a winner.
Okay, Needs More Subs, finding quality. Okay, so you've got your value prop in there. That's good. Keeping people, you're losing them right here. I would take that out for now. Got your origin story. You're even being like literal about it. Love it. Keep checking in for the newest newness. Get over it. That's just the way it is. Unsubscribe YouTube channels. Yeah, definitely, man. I'd definitely try to build this stuff around search, without question. I would try to build this stuff around search queries.
I can't read it. It's small on my screen. What do they say?
Oh, just the titles themselves.
Yeah, I think last time you pulled him up, you were just not sure what he was doing exactly, or how he could.
Yeah. What he's doing, I guess, is he's just like reviewing like smaller channels and stuff, and they're just giving. I don't know what they're. I still don't know what they're doing. It says right here like a re-review. So they keep trying to highlight the same creators for some reason.
Okay.
If they're doing a re-review, which I'm not really sure why that would be, but that's what they're doing.
Maybe highlighting them to try to get them more subscribers, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know if that's what they're doing, or if they're just trying to capitalize on the name, maybe. Like maybe he's trying to come in here on Dan, maybe he's trying to come in here on that one. I'm not really sure. But yeah, like that's just the way it is. Yeah, I would definitely work on the titles. Like here, you might be trying to
undersubscribe channels. Yeah,
here you might be trying to get you might be trying to lean on these names, which is okay. You might be pulling in some stuff there, but yeah, I would definitely work on your titles. Your thumbnails, they definitely have a consistent thing to them to an extent, but some of them get broken. Just with like the color choices and stuff like that. But for the most part, I think your thumbnails are okay. Testing, of course, is where you win. Watch them in order. Main show, the review. Learn all about a YouTube channel with great content and too few subscribers and see how they've done since their initial review. Okay, so that's what their review is. Okay, got it. So I understand now. Yeah, it's an interesting concept. I'm actually curious to see how this goes long term. I reviewed YouTube channels so far. Okay, so like on this one as an example, right? Like I would focus on like in terms of making this thumbnail more clickable. Like if you're doing a 10-second preview of all the channels you reviewed so far, week by week, like here, like you're doing 31 through 40, right? One thing that I would do is I would just fill this up with the images of the creators.
Yes.
So like like how you have like Dan up here as an example. Like if you're going to be doing that, then if he was like let's say like 11 to 20, then I would have like him as one of the as one of the people here, and then one of the other people and one of the other people, and I would focus on like maybe 2 or 3 people in each thumbnail, so that you can make this a lot more interesting. Because right now, just being up front, this is a really boring thumbnail. And if you put faces in here, it'll make these a lot more lively and a lot more interesting to look at.
I know for me, if say that was suggested out to me, and it had one of my favorite creators' pictures in it, I'm going to click it right away. Versus it's just text. I don't know what's in there.
Yeah,
I'm not clicking it.
Yeah.
Right. But if I saw like Dan, for example, I might click it. Oh, I wonder what they're talking about Dan.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, Evan Carmichael does it a lot with his thumbnails.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes it real interesting.
Yeah. So basically,
Philip DeFranco, same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, your titles and your thumbnails is definitely the main things that I would work on for you. Next up,
Nick Lucas says, if you get views from using AdWords to push your video, does YouTube disregard those views in terms of keyword rankings, or will those help? Or will those views help?
So basically, what he's asking is if they get reviews from, or if they purchase views from AdWords,
yes.
Will it disregard those views in terms of keywords ranking? So what you're asking is if that will help you rank videos or not. One thing that can do is that can give data to say how people are responding to your video, and if people are responding to your video, that's a positive. But it doesn't necessarily say that if your video is going to be shown in those search positions, that it's still going to have that same result. Because as an example, like if you buy ads, right, then you're kind of forcing yourself into that search spot. To whereas if you're there organically after you stop buying ads, then if you end up in that spot organically after your ad purchase, then you still have those other videos that you're competing with. And if you are not getting a click-through rate and the watch time, basically the watch time per impression that the other thumbnails in those top rankings are getting, or the other videos in those top rankings are getting, then your video is going to quickly get demoted out of that position. So it might be great for helping get you that initial data, and it might be great for helping you get those initial views and even get subscribers. But in terms of solidifying your place in the search rankings, it's not going to do you much good unless your watch time per impression is higher than the other videos that are being shown in those spots.
Hey, pretty Hannah, how are you? Okay.
All right.
Can I grab another one here from Cricket?
Yep, one more. This is it.
Okay. Drum roll.
Drum roll.
Man, do I have a drum roll? I might have a drum roll in here. Nope, sure don't. Okay. Well, it's like full-on ASMR as you crinkle down.
Yeah.
I can hear that. What tree gives us prunes?
Ah, interesting.
Right? What tree?
I have no idea.
What tree gives us prunes?
That's a good one. Cricket's always got these like.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah. What tree gives us prunes? Yeah, she always brings the good ones. Take care. Let's play RC and Hobby. Have a good one.
Yeah, Christian Ready. It might just not be showing up in there yet. I'm actually going to go to your channel right here again real quick just to make sure that everything went through on my end. Yeah, I'm still subscribed here on my end.
Oh, who got that?
Prune tree?
Lost in the Kerf. Plum tree. Lost in the Kerf. Weird Heather, you came in second here on my screen. That was so close.
I don't see Lost in the Kerf. Hold on. Let's see here. Weird
right
Heather.
There. You see Weird Heather right there?
I see her saying welcoming Jay to YouTube. And then I see, oh, Lost in the Curve. Found it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I see Plum.
Yep, Plum Tree. Got him.
Okay, Lost in the Curve. So on yours, I would definitely put in your channel art exactly what it is that you're doing on your channel, what viewers can expect, because when your page loads right here, my first impression, like I see tools, but I don't know exactly what it is that you're doing. Are you building stuff? Are you reviewing tools? Are you building tools? Are you repairing tools? Like what is it exactly that's going on here on your channel?
Are you hoarding them?
Are you hoarding tools?
Are you selling them on eBay?
Right.
Are you stealing them?
Yeah.
Are you modifying them to turn them into laser guns?
Right. Like what is it that you're doing with the tools? Exactly.
Right.
Oh, okay. You haven't even uploaded in a while. So yeah, he hasn't even uploaded in 3 years. So
what?
Yeah. So
go to videos.
Yeah, uploads.
Oh,
so 3 years ago.
3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So basically, making it clear in your channel art and uploading more would definitely be the win on yours.
What would you do? The header? Just say what it is. He's doing the tools.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. All right, pull them down.
Yeah, so Christian, mine actually are not private. So mine, I don't have mine set to private that I'm aware of. So you should be able to see me in there, I believe. Yeah, I'm not sure actually if I have mine set to private or not actually.
Your subscriptions?
Yeah, that might be it. I might be set to private.
I think mine are set to private. I think. Yeah. So I subscribe to some weird stuff.
Yeah, so you're like, oh, I don't want anybody knowing this. All right, so thank you so much for hanging out. Because my girlfriend is going to be out of town for almost a week, I'm going to go and spend some time with her before she leaves tomorrow. So I want to say thank you for hanging out in the live stream. Thank you for everybody that's been hanging out. Thank you so much to the mods for holding it down and for letting that band hammer come down heavy today, massively.
Smashing. It was a you know what, this is like the battle of Nimmin Hill today, and they just slayed people.
They did. They didn't stand a chance. The other people,
right?
Yeah, they didn't stand a chance against the mods today.
Doug was like the first one in and the last one off.
Right? Yeah, we need like face paint.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
freedom.
Right. So thank you so much for hanging out, D. Awesome hanging out again here for the live stream, and I'm happy to be back.
I'm happy to be back too, and I want to apologize if we're a little loopy because we are severely jet lagged.
Yeah, and I'm like that's also part of like the wrapping it up too, because I'm like I'm toast. Yeah.
Yeah, normally if you are new here and you're just joining us for the first time, we usually go for around 6 hours.
Yeah.
This time, we're cutting it short, 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
But we'll be back next Saturday for another marathon stream, and we'll be in
tip-top shape.
Tip-top shape and
ready to rock and roll.
Caffeined up and ready to roll. Thanks for hanging out.
And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching Nimmin Live, brought to you by TubeBuddy. Remember to follow us on your favorite social media platforms. Have a great week.